welcome. Hey, we got 20 people in here already.
20 people.
Longer intro.
I think the longer intro is better. There's actually like a second verse to the intro song I didn't even know about.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good beat. I kind of like it.
You made that yourself, or
no? Oh no, it's like a freeware type thing. That way we don't get like blacklisted on YouTube. I'm trying to think. Okay. Is it 214 or I thought it was 215 maybe because I was on the wrong. Thing yesterday or this minute ago. No,
man, we're getting closer to 219. I'm about to get some 219. Yeah, Heritage Hills Wrestling did a pretty good weekend.
Oh, so this is 215. So let's see if I can change that.
Man, I'm at 215.
Yeah, we're getting real close to 219. That's gonna be a great episode.
I gotta like really set something up. We gotta do like a live satellite show. I think people are gonna be disappointed with the setup of what actually it takes to like for us to stream this. Just my laptop and a microphone.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So this is 215. Episode 215. Let's see. Oops. Update titles. I need to put a space there. We are 215. We are only 4 away from the prestige. So that would give us. Let's just double check. Well, we'll say it ahead of time. Next week we're probably going on Wednesday. So that's Northeast Indiana Conference weekend. Sectional week is the 26th. So that'll be 216. Well, we're going to get 216 on Thursday for girls. So that's 217, 218. Regional week is going to be the 219.
Ooh, the week after regionals or the week leading up to regional?
The week leading up to regional after.
Yeah, dude, we got to set something up. I got to get my region people. We got to get a live show, I think. We'll get some security.
February 2nd.
You know, very exclusive. We get some red carpet, some like velvet ropes. Pretty decent. I think it'll be a pretty decent showing.
So if you think you're a 219er and an OG 219er, contact us. We'll see. We'll maybe give you the link. Hey, we can get up to 10 people in this thing, so we can have a great show.
Yeah, we should do that.
We gotta get Ed, Hawk. We gotta get some rivalry matches too. We got to get some arguing.
Man, yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure, like, we can't probably get as many, like, region guys. Like, they're probably out doing the Mount Carmel thing at that time. But, man.
Oh, we maybe we should try to get, we could get the Surtsis brother, or at least one of them. We could probably get, I'm sure they'd come. We got, Stefan Micic, a world champ. I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
I want to try to get Reese Humphrey. I know he said he'd love to come on a show. I'd love to talk to him about wrestling and stuff. So Kraus isn't an original 219. He was probably a 574 back then. Actually, not. Yeah, he's probably.
I think it's a split. I think it's a split area.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna have to check the phone records of it to make sure he's a 219er. But he's not really a I mean, when you think of 219 now, it's region.
Oh, yeah, I think like we gotta get Jake Salas in there. Jake got 219 on his arm, bro. Yeah. I seen him this weekend, pretty swolled up.
Yeah. Yes. So
Garrett wrestling number. Okay. If you call that as Mike Jones' number.
Look at that. Let's see. Is that his phone number here? I don't even know what his phone number is in my phone. Let's see. Nick Kraus. Let's see. Oh no, his is a 260 now. I think he has a 260 tattoo now. He covered that up. He covered that with flowers and then put the 260 underneath it.
That'd be pretty wild. Man, I think, you know what? I think we can address the elephant in the room. I think, obviously we're like the media outlet for Indiana wrestling. We both were there. We both had very strong opinions of what happened. And I know like you made a graphic and I didn't really do any graphics, but man, that Crown Point Brownsburg match, that thing was crazy, right?
Oh, yes, it was. It was spicy. There were heavyweights being thrown across the mat. There were no team points deducted this time. There were no team points. Oh, but
I thought it was close though.
Because there would have been one at the end of the heavyweight match, but supposedly there was a second on the clock, so it was only a match point. which it did actually. Technically, it was a team point because it went from a major to a regular decision.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about it, was a team point, if for all intents and purposes. So
I mean, that's probably not how we probably are going to work it backwards. But man, that was a good duel. We were both at Brownsburg. Slow media week this week. But I made the 2-hour drive from Fort Wayne. I don't know why I thought Fort Wayne was like 45 minutes to an hour away. It wasn't.
I told you it was.
I know. That's you're exaggerating.
Victory Bay is a little bit north of the Plex, but
but I mean, Brownsburg does a great job. I know it was a little bit of a long day, especially like with the Bears playing that night. It caught the first half driving back. Got to watch the second half, which is the best half, honestly.
Yeah, man, what a fourth quarter. Bregman signs or agrees he's not officially signed yet, and then the Bears run off 25 straight points. I mean, you got to be a Cubs fan now because,
man, it was
like the heavens opened when it was announced that Bregman was going to the Cubs.
Did he bring like a trash can so you guys can steal signs and win World Series? That'd be nice.
Wow.
Is he bringing Carlos Beltran with them? But man, it was. I think Brownsburg does a good job. They have the 4A final last, and it was individual, but like the way it was stacked, it was pretty good. The 2A final was good. Both the school was gorgeous. The addition was gorgeous.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I didn't, and I apologize. The people I told to bring chairs. That is what I was told. I will throw Derek Snyder right under the bus. But the way they had it set up was really cool because there was the right amount of seating.
Yeah,
you could see the mats. It was really cool. That was neat. I mean, that I didn't even know you were there, to be honest. But you kept asking me where I was, and I'm like, why do I have to what are you stalking me? You have a hitman out for me or what? And then Cameron was like, hey, I just ran into Mike. I'm like, what? You're here?
Bro, we ran into a lot of people. It was a good day, man. It's always good seeing all those people, meeting new people that appreciate the show, which is really cool. Really good wrestling. I know we kind of started with the 40 final. It was a little bit of a joke, but still, where we're gonna go with the show isn't gonna be like where everyone else probably thought we were gonna go with the show. But like that duel, and it started at 6. Louis Kennison's really good. Louis Kennison had a really good day.
Yeah, he did.
He's having a pretty good season. I know Crown Play was giving me trash. Like I was the one doing the team rankings. Like Dana skated already out of there. I was him under the bus. I said, but he's really good. I think getting him to 6 was a pretty big move for them and get another guy in there. Duckings. There wasn't a lot of close matches. I think that's I think 32 is the only decision, right? Well, now heavyweight, but
there was there was some interesting matches that I'm sure both coaches can look back and say could we have gotten another point? Could we have saved a point or two here? Is it to end up being a 7-7 split? And it was 2 points. So it was, and we kind of knew going ahead. And I know we said this, that bonus was going to be a factor because I think there was it's hard to say. I really hate to say this, but it was like a talent gap in where they matched up in a lot of places. So, it was Kennison's good. Huddleston he's good
too. He's really good. He's a top 10 guy. Louis pinned Big Joe. That was a big match in the Center Grove match too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and then Ducking was 1 point away from one takedown from a major. He had third period trying to get that takedown.
He had a major. He did not get a major? I thought he was
got a major, but he was looking for the tech.
Yeah. And that was a good match too. And I think that he was frustrated. Obviously, that's a point when you win. When they lose by 2.
Yeah. So that's
that's probably one.
That's when you're looking back and we could have gotten one there.
But it's not like Sam Westfall's bad. He has a medal in the same weight class that Trayvon won.
Yeah.
20 Case Bell got injured early in the tournament. tough through it. Ended up going out there getting a stick, and then literally goes out the mat and starts getting treatment on his leg. Like, dude's a dog, man.
Yeah,
I didn't. Jacob Powers was on fire.
Yeah, Jacob Powers had a real good day. I wasn't sure if Bell was going to be able to wrestle. I mean, he didn't look good after the match with Mater Day. And I'm like, it's, what's he going to do? Because it's in the grand scheme of things, is it worth it? If he hurts himself worse or whatever, but he went out there, did his job in a minute and got off the mat quick. But I mean, he's good too. I mean, he's wrestling on one leg. But he's real good he is so good on the mat.
I think like maybe that break like helped where he can kind of maybe, I mean, I don't know, maybe it tightened it up. I know they were trying to like get it going. But man, that dude's a dog, bro. Like he's really good.
Yeah.
And a good kid, good family, man. I think that's always, and Powers had a day, beat Bridge, reversed that match. I think that was a major, maybe a tech at Carnahan, and then beat Thrasher. Like, it was like, dude's on fire, and Bell went out there, took care of business. 26, Ryan Hockaday over Strayer. Was it a major also?
No, that was a decision. It was 7-2, but Hockaday looked real good. And this is, there's two guys in Brownsburg's lineup that I would say are two of the most improved wrestlers in the state right now. Hockaday is probably one of them. And his match with, is Ori, I think, is from Mater Day. Yeah, that was a crazy match. I was talking with speaking of Hockaday, I was talking with his brother who actually wrestled this past weekend.
Did I seen that?
Yeah, so that was really cool. I was like, oh, you're back on the mat already. That's pretty impressive because he had surgery last March, maybe. So he's not back wrestling in live competition, so that's pretty cool. I think he won some random open, but anyways, I was like, your brother's really improved, and I said, I see the craziness in it. He has that, like, Jake is, not afraid to cartwheel over and, go heels over head and everything, and Ryan does that, but I don't think he's quite as good as Jake is at it yet. But you could tell that there's a lot of improvement there, and so he looked good. I think he's, like I said, I think he might be, I would earmark him as one of the most improved kids in the state because he's having a real good year.
I mean, a guy was I don't want to say like not touted coming out of middle school, but I don't think he was as highly touted as a lot of the other sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that and dude, I would tell anybody, like, I'm not Kyle Harrisman told me last year, like he's gonna be really good. And I'm like, okay, you're just saying that because he's Jake's brother, He's like, no, like he works incredibly hard, he picks it up really quick. And Kyle wasn't lying. I mean, Kyle knows that. I know there's probably people that are gonna say Kyle doesn't know, but like I think like Kyle has a good mind for it. He's a successful coach, he's a really good wrestler, but like he's not a guy that's gonna BS you,
Yeah.
And you're kind of seeing it now. Like he's put himself in the mix for a title. Like legitimately put himself in a mix. And we'll talk about it a little bit more in some of the 3A talk. I mean, we're not gonna be able to hit every single match, but Verduzco like kind of poured it on Getz a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a major. It looked like he controlled it the whole time. And that's not saying Getz can't turn it around, but Hockaday controlled that match at Carnahan. Like it's like number one's gonna be tough. I mean, Getz beat Don Brown. Don Brown was back this weekend. Verduzco beat Getz. Hockaday beat Verduzco, and it's just 26 is a wide open weight, and like Ryan could win that.
Yeah, 26 and 75 are going to be two of the weights that they're deep with 6 or 7 guys that, I mean, maybe there's 4 or 5 that you'd probably earmark to say that these guys would win state, but it might be 8 deep in those weight classes that if someone wins that deep, you're like, not surprised this weight class. If someone catches a heater, it just takes a heater, and those are all very talented kids that you get you have a guy like Colin Scherer. He gets some crazy confidence. Things, a couple of close calls go his way, and he's on their lights, and you never know what happens there. So I mean, it's a great weight class, and like I said, should be. I mean, it's going to be a fun weight class to watch. That 75 is the same way. It's just a lot of really solid kids. And I don't think much separates them.
I think there's a handful of weights that I really do feel like more probably this year than almost ever before. There's 3 or 4 guys that can win a lot of those weights.
Yeah.
So moving on, 32. Lucas Day went out there and battled Lewis, and Lewis had a good day too. Like beat Malone on the last second takedown. Lost to Rio early. I mean, Rio looked really good. We kind of talked about it a couple of weeks ago about him and Schaefer overtime match. He kind of gapped that out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But Lewis ends up holding on to win that decision. If you see my brother, he looks like me. I wrote it out. We were like driving one day. I was talking on, and I was kind of go over the match scores. I had the matches like down. I was kind of being conservative. My score wasn't in the 30s; it was in the 20s. But anyone that's like, "Oh, he was lying," he said he's going to carry it around for proof. So, 38. Landon Haynes did really well. He widened the gap with Sasai. At one point, I thought, and dude, credit Sonny because I think those are huge points. There was one point I thought he was going to get buried. Yeah, and he fought through and ended up getting out. And I mean, I thought that could have been a toss-up match, and Haynes looked really good.
Yeah, he ended up getting major. Right? Yeah, it's one of those things that we were talking during the duel is with the new point scoring system. There's some interesting effects. Number one, it's harder to pin a kid because you don't have as many chances. You have basically one less chance to pin a kid. Minimum, if not 2, because you can get up pretty quick. And then majors are a little bit easier. Majors and techs are easier, but it's also like, say you're down by 4 and you can't try a bad throw or you're gonna give up. You're gonna give up 5 and you give up the major, or even down 3. If you're down 3 and you try something dumb and end up getting put to your back, you're giving up a major. You're going from trying to win the match or send it to overtime to getting majored. So there's some interesting side effects that like you're so used to guys getting after it really, hey, I'm down by 3. I'm going to go try a throw.
Yeah.
I'm really, I have a chance. I mean, obviously you could give up 5 there the olden days, but it's a lot harder. You can bail a little bit easier, but now it's a 2, that's 5 points is 2 seconds on your back. So that's not very long.
No,
I spent a lot of time on my back. I know 2 seconds is not very long.
Man, I always say like when you're like in rideouts and back in the day it wasn't like 30 second, it was just one flat 30-second go. And you'd like be on bottom and you'd be like, man, or you're on top, let's say, and you guys go out of bounds, you're like, that had to be like 20 seconds. And you look up, it's like 8. You're like, oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Landon Haynes looked really good. And like obviously the way that the dual meet was going, like Brownsburg's crowd was, they're building the anticipation. Obviously they're doing really well,
Mm-hmm.
Then you go 44, Braylon Reynolds looked really good. I believe it was only a major at the Carnahan against Newell. Teague went out firing though. Like I was like, okay, like he's not even like sometimes, you think guys are gonna go out there and, just wrestle for the decision and don't give up. He came out firing. I think he got the first shot off, was in deep. And then Braylon ended up taking over, ended up being 17-1. But there was a point in there, Braylon locked up an assassin. I thought he was going to pin Teague.
Yeah.
And, got out, ended up getting off his back there for the tech.
Yeah.
But again, another 1 point, right? And however, like whether Brownsburg looks at it as like, oh man, if we would have got a fall there, we're in the mix, or Crown Point's like, hey, like, you fought off this and basically put us in a position where we could win because you're trying to save as many points as you can. You just don't know what's going to happen,
Yeah. Clinton Shepard he's decent at wrestling. Yeah. Maybe someone should send Kale a text and say, hey, this Clinton Shepard kid, you might want to talk to him.
Man. Yeah. And I think he did a lot of that. In the first period, it looked like he was trying to get a fall. Like he was like working a lot on top, and then they were just like, all right, let's and I think that's the crazy. It's Tejan. Yeah. Tejan New L.
New L.
But they Tommy Gibbs is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the thing that people don't like. Like they're like, oh yeah, Clinton's getting a tech fall. Like that dude's a returning champ that pinned a Fargo champ in the finals.
Yes, and as a double All-American at Fargo. This guy is a yeah. This I mean,
And he's like freaky strong. Like he's
yeah,
like that just doesn't happen to him very often.
yeah.
And like Clinton figured something out, and he's really good too.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I was talking to a guy at work today about it. I was like, there's levels to these things. And people, unless you really truly see this stuff, there are levels to these things. And it's like both are going to the Big Ten. You know,
Yeah.
Gibbs is committed to IU. IU's getting a good wrestler in Tommy Gibbs. Tommy
Yeah.
Gibbs is gonna have a good college career. I have no doubt that he's a hard worker. He's a little bit younger on the young side, so he has a lot of room to grow. But I'm like looking at this, I'm like, dude, I'm like, geez, he's a return champ. Like you said, pinned a Fargo champ in the finals.
And
yeah,
man, there's and I'm not saying that Clinton Shepard is David Taylor by any means. Mm-hmm. But I'm not saying that. Like, so people are like, he said that Clinton Shepard is David Taylor. David Taylor made wrestling look very easy. Mm-hmm. Like, it looked like he was drilling. And Clinton was getting some of these takedowns and getting these clean finishes. And I'm like, it looks effortless. It's supposed to look harder than that.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be harder than that. Yeah. Like, and, you know, it's a credit to how hard he works. And, dude, Tommy works incredibly hard too. Like, it's just, It was pretty crazy, and I thought maybe it'd be a major. I didn't think Tech fall back to back.
Yeah,
I actually put that down as a major, and Shep ends up getting a Tech. What was it? 22-7 at 5:30.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he. I mean, it was close to he was starting to hold him off a little bit. Obviously, it takes. I mean, Shepard's having to work hard for those takedowns on.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, and that'll wear on you, but. He's relentless. It's crazy. It shouldn't happen that way. I mean, he makes it look, like you said, he makes it look easy. Gibbs is no slouch of a wrestler and that's honestly, I mean, we were pretty surprised the first time, it wasn't like, okay, maybe a major, maybe, but
I'm not counting out the Gunner Butts or, whoever, I don't like at 150. I'm not counting any of those guys out. That's not what I'm saying at all, right? But I would assume if they're on opposite sides of the bracket, that's probably could be the championship match. And I think if you haven't got an opportunity to see, some of the guys we talked about, Case Bell, Clinton Shepard, those guys, Braylon Reynolds is really, really fun to watch. Like if you're from the areas that haven't got to see those guys at state, like make sure you're there because those guys are fun to watch.
Yeah, those guys get after it. Guys wrestle like that. If everyone wrestled like that, and I could wrestle like that more or less, wrestling would be a little bit more popular. But so
157. Brownsburg got back on track. Like we got to get back on track, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I thought what was really cool was the intensity from both sides. Both of those guys were really in there, right? Like the entire team was in the duel. Like Braylon Reynolds, Parker Reynolds, those guys were like up on the mat, like getting those guys high. Same thing on the Crown Point side. Those guys are like Clinton and those guys are like up on the mat, like, hey, get off your back. Like they want, like both teams really wanted this. No wrestlers at Virginia Beach. You showed up on the wrong weekend, I think.
Yeah. You might want to check that calendar.
I think Parker is incredibly good. He's incredibly gifted on top, man. Like, there's guys that are good at riding and just staying behind people. And he's a guy that's like really good at getting points. Mm-hmm. And if he gets you taken down, like there's a good chance he's probably going to get at least some swipes.
Yeah. I noticed that, seems like he was a freshman like last year. But I remember seeing him at Ironman. First time I really was able to actually sit and watch him, and I'm like, damn, he's good on top. And that's a great equalizer at this level. It's going to be a great equalizer in college. That's huge.
And I think for him, like I would anytime I ever had a chance, I'd be like top. Like I would be willing to bet the matches that he hasn't turned someone is probably less than the matches that he has. Like he probably has less matches where he didn't get a turn. And then they pulled the Airsman, man. We said this is the Airsman, and they blew the Airsman move in the Airsman when Airsman broke it out.
Yes, it is called the Airsman.
Parker was up 15 to 1. He had got a stall call right there, and it was Ablin's choice in the going into the third, and they chose top. And like they're like, cool, let him up. And he was like, what are you talking about? And same way probably Landon Haynes was like, what are you talking about when they did it to Logan Frazier, all those years back, right?
Yes.
And you're looking to save points. And not Clinton, but Parker was doing pretty well. Yeah. And they stand him up and they booed him. And I was like shocked. Like I was like, man, like this was your move. And I think
you guys invented this move.
Yeah, I had never seen it before Kyle did it. Honestly, have you ever seen it before?
No, I've always thought about doing it. I've thought about doing it. Don't think that we didn't think about doing it. I'm like, man, what if we do this? And I guess I was never in a big enough duel where I'm like, maybe we should do this.
Maybe like Eric said, Sessa's playing chess, not checkers. Sessa, I think, coached Airsman some. Maybe he taught Airsman the move originally, and then Airsman used it on them, and then they used it back on them.
So,
but
that's like the circle of life, I think.
And then like the Brownsburg coaches were like, hey, relax, and it was getting heated. And there was some chippiness, honestly. We were kind of in the middle. There was some chippiness in there. I'm not gonna lie. There was a little bit more. I don't think it's real hood. I think it was kind of fake hood over there where we were sitting. But they were definitely throwing some craziness. And I'm thinking like, not that Crown Point's a hood either. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, dude, like this is how you guys are gonna represent yourself here, like these kids.
But Mike's doing a field trip to Black Oak for some selected individuals.
That was a speaking of Vince. Vince told me that before. Our team came in there and they were pretty good. And the first round they wrestled whoever they wrestled at the Trikoff, and they had I think they had a Portage team second. And he's like, they're about to lose. And I was like, this team's really good. He's like, nah, I watched them in the first round. He said, they're playing tough. They're not going to do that to Portage. Portage is really tough. Those kids really, and the Portage team ended up winning. So, like he said, he kind of knows what he's talking about. 65. And I think, I'm guessing this is the second part of your most improved list.
Yes.
Dude, Robbie Leahy showed out. Like he gave them the shot. Like I'm not going to lie. I did not have Robbie Leahy winning that match. I thought Ben Clark was going to win that one. I thought maybe they would wave Van Tichel in at 65 and he has some flexibility. But Robbie Leahy came out and hit a crucifix, turned into a double chicken wing, almost got the stick.
How did props to Clark for not getting pinned there because he was on his back for a long time, and that's not a place to be. That's not a fun place. That's not a fun position to be in.
And dude, they were giving and not that they're giving me the business, but there were people like, hey, you're severely underranking Robbie Leahy. Like he's doing really well. He had those tight matches early on at the Center Grove thing, and I was like, he's kind of the forgotten guy in there. Mm-hmm. But dude, he has gotten a ton better. He put him he gave those guys the opportunity to win because if they don't have that match, it's looking more like a blowout, right?
Yeah, that's an 8-point swing, and now it's not even. It doesn't come. It's over at 190.
Did he end up getting? Did he get teched or did it end up just being? Yeah. Dude, because it was one right at the end, and I know Vince was irate, and I'm thinking dude,
I thought he gave up that takedown at the end.
I thought this was a decision,
the end.
When I did the math, I thought that was a decision. So if the Leahy family sees my brother, don't ask him to see the card because I didn't go that route. But shout out to Robbie Leahy, bro. Did work, man.
And I'll even throw it on. He got beat. He had Kincaid first round, got pinned by him. Then he lost a close one to Camden Bowman. So he didn't have he's already going in that, in that match, licking his wounds. He could easily be feeling sorry for himself. Like, man, this sucks. This is a tough day of wrestling. He said, you know what? Screw it. come out and wrestle. And that's to me as a coach, as a fan, that's huge to come back out against a good wrestler, a state qualifier, decking him,
big wrestling family.
Yeah,
like
ginormous. I mean, that's a match they need. If they want a chance to win, and I know we, past Reynolds, we're looking at, Crown Point's really strong. There's no doubt. It's like, where do they have a shot to pull one out? And I was like, that was probably their highest chance probability there. And he got it. He got the win, almost got the pin. I mean, again, he gets that pin. It also, I mean, and I guess that would have been only their second pin. So that one tiebreaker still would have been to Crown Point. But obviously that changes the duel, even with what's coming up next. So.
And I think we talked about it before when we're talking duels. And Derek was 100% right at the end. We talked to Derek for a little bit. Like, this duel is how state champions should be determined in Indiana. Now they're going to be the individual side, and Brownsburg's going to be a pretty heavy favorite. But you need, it's a ride in the momentum. And Crown Point had a momentum stopper right there. And they had one of their leaders, which I'm assuming he's probably one of the leaders on their team. I know he's one of the captains. Van Tichel comes out and looks great against a kid that's tough, a tough kid. Like, maybe not like state accolades as some of his teammates, but he's definitely a scrapper. He's a scrappy kid. And Van Tichel looked good. And I thought last year cutting down, I think, hurt him. He looks way more explosive at 75. And you're thinking tech, because the way the match is going, he's taking him down, cutting him. And then he locks up an assassin and gets the stick. And props to the officials too, because some of the celebrations were going pretty crazy. They didn't hit anybody. No one took the straps down, which is good.
The biggest, the worst thing you can ever do in wrestling is take those straps down. Oh my goodness, so egregious. Taking points everywhere for those darn pesky straps.
They was that in that match? I thought that was the 90 match. That they did the shoes. I don't remember, but I did see them getting the shoes. Hey, shout out to was it which coach was out there tying shoes, bro? Shout out
Skipper?
to that coach. I think it was Skipper.
Yeah.
Shout out to Skipper, man.
Man, that is South Bend education at its finest. That is why.
Double loop through the man. I'm not.
And we got crap for the best Al Smith finals matches.
He was hurting. He didn't like that. But man, I've had to tie some shoes on the base path before. Man, wow, dude.
9U baseball is awesome because you have one kid that ties his shoes, then another one, and then all of a sudden the umpire says, "Stop. Everyone, check your shoes. Make sure they're tied." And then you just hear all the parents just chuckle because it's it happens once a game.
Now, this is probably going to happen to me tomorrow. Hopefully, it's on the clock and I get some workman's comp. But I've never tripped on my shoelaces, I don't think, ever in my life. I've never, I would think that stepping on a regular, maybe you get a little bit of a trip, but never enough where I fell or anything.
Maybe you just aren't fast enough, and
I used to be, but not now. But
you just have great balance.
I think if you had heavy feet, you'd probably be tripping over your shoelaces, right?
Yeah.
So Tony's right, man. He understood the assignment, dude. He locked up this assassin and got the fall, and that's huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was also the potentially dangerous. That was pretty deep, and I don't know if Aiken has the very flexible shoulders where he's just putting himself in that position to hopefully get it stopped. That's a tough one. And as a coach, you got to make sure you tell, hey, don't go too far with that half. You're in a good position. You're riding him well. You don't want to get it stopped there. And you got just make your adjustments or go to a wing or something.
I don't know. That's wishful thinking. I think both of those officials did a good job. I don't think they were one way or the other. I know one dude's from South Bend. He didn't. He's not and I don't think Derek hit him with the best line, and it was quiet and you could hear it clear. They hit ducking for a stall warning. And dude, I applaud the official so much because there's so many times people are just pushing people out of bounds and not trying to score, and you're just trying to get a stall call. And he hit the person pushing for stalling, And Derek hit the best line there. He said he went there. He's like, "You hit us for stalling." He said, "Yeah, you were hitting for stalling." He said, "And you watched that wrestling and thought that we weren't trying to wrestle." Okay, and walked away. And I said, "Dang, bro."
Yeah.
But they so Vanticho comes up big there with a fall, which ends up like you don't know. They needed 2 falls, right? That's what we kind of figured out.
Yeah, they were down by 18, so they needed at least 1 fall and some. I mean, you could do the math 1,000 ways with 4 matches left with 18 points. It's still not. I mean, you can still give up the 4 matches and
pull out the old calculator to break down 18 as many times as I
could. 4 majors would not have done it. You know. You can skin this cat a couple of different ways. So a fall is going to make things a lot easier,
dude. And he gets the fall. That's one of your senior leaders. And then, dude, he was going nuts, man. And I said it, and people can disagree with me. I'm okay with being disagree with. I'm not even going to go down there and be upset about it. I think that he could possibly, in my opinion, be the best like non-freshman wrestler in the state without a medal. Like he's been there 3 times. He's had good matches on Friday night. To me, I think he's the best non-medalist, especially in that 26 class.
Yeah. No, he's good. 3-time state qualifier. He's been in every match I think at least one of them, if not 2 of his Friday night matches, he'd beaten the guy earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Right? So it wasn't like, so he wasn't, and he wasn't like, it's not like he's a 4 all 3 times that he snuck his way to state. So, hopefully he gets a medal. Don't want to see that 4-time qualifier. I don't care where you're from, who you are. You want to see him get a medal. There's been a couple, but that's not a record you want. And I don't wish that upon anybody.
Then the true beauty of the dual meet happens at 190. You have 2 wrestlers that probably aren't the best guys on their team. I think both those coaches would agree. Yeah. And basically it comes down to this, right? Like you have what is it, Xavier Moffitt for Brownsburg.
Yes. And Calvin Stewart for
Crown Point.
2 seniors.
Two seniors been in the rankings, and dude, you're watching these guys get this dude hyped up. Like they're like, hey man, and you just never know how it's gonna go. And Calvin Stewart went out there and took care of business.
Mm-hmm.
He had himself a day. Like honestly, Calvin Stewart had a day.
Yeah, he had a good day. He got a gorilla. He got the special gorilla. He earned it. He went 3-0, and he won. He won the Magic, kind of pretty much sealed it. Obviously, we knew Caesar was going to do his job, and that was the match that, with 3-4 matches to go, like this is we're rating what options, where Brownsburg's best options were. We said this was probably the best option. Heavyweight, obviously, it was like a major or tech, and so like that's the only other place that they have a shot.
There was like ifs and buts, right? Like I thought possibly they could bump Gibbs and those guys up and then move some pieces around, and they ended up not being able to do that. They had another guy that's pretty good. It sounds like he was injured earlier in the week. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I was saying in the match, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't be shocked if he's been an ISWA. I got some stuff for you. He's been an ISWA placer, so they said he got injured during the week, which is tough, and ifs and buts, man. But Stewart goes out there and gets a fall. That's huge, and he was pumped too.
Yeah, that was a great match, and 3-0 day. He beat Morakowska from Avon, then beat.
I believe Morakowska beat him at Carnahan too. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I know he beat Caden Uran.
Let's see. It's right here. I can tell you exactly. No, Uran and Noah Sandlin from SHS. I don't know who that was, but yeah. So he didn't wrestle him, but he still, obviously, he went 0-2 at He went on to at the Carnahan, but came back, had a 3-0 day, big win in the finals, and that's pretty good.
Yep, and then give them a shot to win. Caesar does what Caesar does, man. Number one guy in the state. You expect your big dogs to take care of business. Wes Wilkie, I think he fought off early. That was deep. I thought he was going to get stuck, and he ended up fighting off. He ends up getting teched. He's going to be good. I think. Is it like Wilkie?
Wilkie.
I think he's going to be pretty good. It's just going to take a little bit.
I can't do that. We need search this to do
that. That sounds like a gorilla.
I am a gorilla.
And then heavyweight, Brownsburg has a really good knack of finding really big athletic kids that can wrestle really well. And that kid's pretty raw. I don't know if this is his first year, but it was a tech fall at the Carnahan. And then not that like Tony Brooks is really good. And I think that people don't understand how good Tony Brooks is. Like we've been saying it for a long time that like, hey, like they got this guy behind some really good guys. I mean, like the Clarks were there, obviously. Simborski was a state runner-up last year. And he's just not had the opportunity. He's not a little guy. You know, he's a pretty big, he's pretty athletic. He was a freshman, sophomore champ as a freshman. He lost last year. I think he's third or fourth. He's a junior. He had a really good match with Cam Hazlett at Al Smith. And he wrestled a little chippy. That match was chippy.
Yeah. Yes.
It got a little chippy at the end of the Carnahan one. And I remember like on the camera, you can hear him say, when we get in shape, that'll be a better match. And he was coming out, I guess that kid was coming out of football. Was it Fields?
Yeah.
Fields was coming out of football. And it got emotional. And at the end, it got pretty crazy. Like it ran out of bounds pretty good. They went off the mat, off the screen. The Brownsburg coaches went over there. I think some of the Crown Point coaches were over there. I mean, I couldn't see what was going on over there. But
I heard some headphones were crushed and someone's filing a complaint for battery against the headphones.
Man. So then they got the video and it was just they just grazed them. I've seen this before. I've seen this before.
Wow. Just a little soft toss right there.
Yeah. Are we talking about Fargo in 24 or no? So then they come back. There's like 1 second left on the clock. I don't like they're kind of giving some team point. I thought a team point got taken away. That's gonna make it crazy. And then it ends up being done. And like I think that the Brownsburg coaches were, they were right. They got him out of that. They got him away, but he like came back out there to apologize. He seemed like he was after the moment, like everyone gets a little bit emotional. He came back and like he was pretty much on it. But then the Crown Point ended up winning. I seen someone post like that Crown Point like didn't do it classy. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if I felt that way. It was chippy both sides. I think we just don't remember when it was chippy on the Brownsburg side because they were doing a lot of that chippiness early on. That ducking match was pretty chippy. I would like to know what Leo had a Warren ducking about when he was talking to Westfall and they're going back to the middle. Well, like it wasn't like he wasn't. Yeah. But it was chippy. I think that's been a good rivalry. It'll be interesting, I think, next year to see where it goes. If those are still the two of the teams that are going to be in the mix. I know Center Grove's going to be really good.
Yeah. They both.
We were kind of like,
I think Modern Day is really young, and they're
Modern Day's going to be really good.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I think there could be a 4-team race. I think Avon still has some pretty good pieces in there.
Cathedral's doing some work. Cathedral's been doing some work.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I mean, I don't want to, obviously we're a year away, but it could be very interesting. And you never know with a team like Cathedral because they really don't have like a feeder middle school. So you don't know who's going to end up at their school. I mean, we didn't think Carver was going to end up there, and he's there, and that's huge.
Yeah, I think that's a great and he had a great day.
Yes.
I think that early on, I think he was adjusting to the weight. Like he wrestled 9 at IPO, wrestled 19 at Super 32, or did he wrestle 20?
He wrestled 20 at Super 32, I think.
And then 20 at Ironman. He lost to Bridge early on. He ended up beating Bridge, 11-0?
Yeah. Or no, did he pin it? What did
he's gonna be pretty good. I wish that like obviously there were some matches from Modern Day and Brownsburg I want to see. But I like to have seen maybe Cathedral get there because I like to see how that match could have went with Bell and Carver.
No, we don't boo kids. We don't boo kids. They have nothing to do with things.
I only boo officials. I only boo food vendors, people that can't wear t-shirts,
the
people that mispronounce names. If you don't know how to pronounce a name, just ask.
Yes.
But great duel. Yeah. Like there's so many good results there. Cathedral Modern Day was a really good one off the bat. I thought it'd be really good.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, they Cathedral. I mean, they were in position, and I mean, you weren't there yet, and that's one of those duels that obviously as a coach you're looking back. You know, where could we have snagged a point or two? Cathedral put themselves in position, but they just couldn't get the pins early on where they had some guys on their backs. Harden they bumped Harden up to Russell Thacker, who's a real, I think that's his first loss. And,
super athletic.
Two very good football players.
Yep.
I'm fairly certain Thacker's going
to DePaul
for college.
Yep.
So he's a pretty good football player. So
home of our boy, Hidden Gems.
Yes. So that was a good match. I think Harden had him on his back pretty close to getting a pin. And then we were really interested in seeing some of those matches down low. Cathedral got those wins that they needed. They just couldn't get some pins where they were hoping. They had some guys on their backs. And Modern Day, I think there's a threat of if you give up a pin, you have to walk back to Modern Day, and that's not a short trip from what I've gathered.
I think like at 57, was it Bonniger? I think I've been saying Bonniger, and then someone told me it's Bonniger. So Bonniger was losing pretty big, and then came back and ended up winning, right?
Yeah, he ended up beating a good Tyler Lavin.
Yeah,
that's one of those matches that could have got flipped over. Camden Bowman over James Grimmy. So there's some good matches in there that Cathedral put themselves in a good position, and it's just like just like the previous duel. You can, as a coach, you're trying to how can we find some more points. Take St. Laurent over Spencer McGammon, real good match. Two young guys. McGammon is really good. St. Laurent, you forget that he's only a state qualifier, even though he probably would have been top 4 or 5.
Yeah,
bracket would have been different.
They probably messed that bracket up, man. And that was one. And I love the East Chicago semi-state, and you love Fort Wayne, but there's no reason that Evansville and Newcastle should have Friday night at 6. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was drawing up a bracket, it wouldn't have been that.
Hey, you got some more medals for the region. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, I know, but I'm an honest person. Alden Walker almost got the biggest first round upset.
Yeah, he had. Walker over that's second round against
second round.
Bell. Yeah, he had Bell on his back, and I was like, whoa, Bell, and that's when I'm fairly certain that's when he hurt his ankle, and I was like, ooh, man, I didn't know if they would default, what would go on. He ended up grinding it out, got on, wrestled basically on his knees and figured it out. I mean, the main thing is if he's really good on top, and he's like, hey, I got to win this on the mat. I got to be able to turn this kid. Ends up turning him a couple times and pulling away, but that's pretty scary. I mean, he hasn't lost in Indiana, and definitely doesn't want to lose anytime soon in Indiana. But Walker's pretty good. I mean, man, that's a tough man. I'm looking at. I mean, we were talking about Tejan had a tough day. Man, Walker had Carver, Bell, Bridge, and Thrasher.
Not bad. Not a bad day. But that's
That's
what
a
they're for,
tough
right?
day of wrestling.
And I know we didn't touch on it, and I'm sure I know people have asked. Evan Dickman was not in the Brownsburg lineup. He was there, but like he didn't wrestle. It doesn't sound like he's going to be out there. So unfortunate, but that happens, man. Life happens. So I know we didn't really talk. We kind of glanced over that, and someone was like, "He's not wrestling," and maybe it changes things, but maybe it doesn't. I mean, major, maybe a fall. I don't know, but
yeah. So he is, as of now, he's not in the lineup. What could it change? I mean, things happen, but I guess the only thing we'll know in about 3 weeks, sectional brackets come out. We'll know for sure. We're not expecting it to happen, but we've been surprised before.
Yep.
Nick Lee end up in the lineup, and all of a sudden, like, oh, everyone's like, oh, he's not wrestling. Then all of a sudden he shows up, and it's one of those things. I mean, so that's all we need to say about that. Obviously, I mean, and we that could be a good transition into what we had to say last night. We're not the TMZ of wrestling. We're not going to trash kids, coaches, people on here. That's not. We want to talk about the results on the mat and promote the kids and stuff. And that's just one of the things that we've tried to do. Maybe earlier in the time we were a little bit more brash, but at the same time, these are all people working hard. It's a hard sport. It's not easy to do what everyone's doing here.
Like you would be shocked about the amount of stuff that we hear, and some of that stuff is very personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not trying. Like I would hate that if that was me. So like when we've said that before, we're not like people are like, why didn't you say that? It's like, bro, that's not our role. Our role is to like come on here on Monday nights, entertain, provide coverage, and do our best to like keep it in a fun light,
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that people break news before us, and it's like they'll be like, oh, so and so's out, or they'll make something that's kind of. I'm like, yeah, we knew about it. We're just not gonna. I don't care to be the first. I want to number one. I would be right, but I also don't want to, possibly jeopardize relationships with all the coaches we've built a damn good relationship with them. They share a lot of information with us that we could say. So that is what it is. I mean, even last year Jake Hockaday, we knew his ACL was torn. I'm sure 90% of the state knew. There were people that didn't know, and we could have just said, oh, his ACL's torn. No, we didn't. I mean, we knew that for a long time. I think a lot of people did, but at the same time, and if you want to get juicy stuff, this is the wrestling community. We're not that big. You can get the details really quickly, and we're not going to do that. That's just not what I feel that's best for kids, best for us. And I like to go to events where people want to shake your hands and talk to us, even if it is Jeremy Carver.
That's my boy now, bro.
Invoice is in the mail, Jeremy, for our company. It's not cheap. Mike's company. Look at that haircut. That haircut. That thing ain't free.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think if Lowell would have came with this haircut, they'd have been bringing the title back to the region. My barber's right down the street. I tried them. They went with the hockey jerseys instead.
Yeah. So Center Grove was third. Seems pretty much held up here.
Yeah. Dane did an amazing job overall.
Yeah, overall. Center Grove over Modern Day. That was some good matches there. Cathedral or Avon over Cathedral for 5th, and then Westfield over Noblesville for 7th. So good. I mean, the only, I guess, Modern Day was 4. 5 was what was Cathedral. 6 was Westfield. So a little bit off there, but that wasn't like egregious by any means. The 6th and 7th were off, but yeah, good. A good tournament there. Touch on. Oh, go ahead.
I think Vince is a really good coach. And I would be willing to bet that he's probably one of those guys that gives credit also. I think that he's a guy that's probably saying, like, that was an entire staff. I think they have both teams had an amazing staff. I think adding John Morrison, this guy right here, to their staff is a pretty good move. Brandon Lorick obviously has done a great job as the head coach. Darden Sherg's a really good coach, a couple-time All-American, D3 All-American. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing someone that's in the room right there, and I'm gonna feel like a dummy. They're gonna say, "Why didn't you say Eric Newell?" No,
Yeah.
Eric's not coaching.
No. He's just
Coaching life, bro. He's coaching life and paying for pizza parties. I heard part of the Crown Point NIL is you get pizza parties.
Ah, interesting. I'm gonna have to tell Rocco about that. He's on. They're on his final 5 list.
3A, or we were at the 2A. You want to just do 2A, then we'll go to 3A.
That's a good. Since we were there, we got
2A had a ton of good results, man. Really good matches. In a twist of fate that never happens for them, Aiden Fernandez from California was declared eligible for New Prairie. They've lost a lot of those eligibility battles, so getting him back, he's pretty good. Like he had a really good day,
and he kind of showed it.
Yeah,
there's no doubt he was like, and I didn't even pay. I mean, I wasn't paying that close of attention, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, he's eligible. Like, whoa. So yeah, that's a big at 144. So you're going to see him in the rankings.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of where he's going to be there, or
he'll be pretty high? He beat Mosier 7-4. Mosier was pretty high.
So who else? He beat Mosier. He beat Jackson Smith, who's tech fault him.
Jackson Smith had another big win in there too.
Yeah. So yeah, those are 2 big wins for him, and he's going to be. I don't know. I don't have year rankings up, but let's see where you're seeing pretty high at 144. He was pretty high early on.
Yeah, I mean there was a. Did we ever end up putting him in and then we took him out?
I think we put him in that first iteration. He wasn't in the preseason rankings because we didn't know about him, and then we heard about him.
Which makes me sad. My boy Dan Luther didn't even let me know.
Yeah. So you got Reynolds, Hornsby. So
yeah, now he's not 1 or 2.
Yeah, so because Mosier was 3 in our last update, so he's either 3rd. You got Luke Reed there too.
Same regional.
Yeah, so could be very interesting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good that's a little bit of a interesting addition to the 144 bracket, but
that'll make that regional pretty good because you'll have Newell, you'll have Fernandez, and you'll have Luke Reed.
Yeah, heavyweight was really good,
and you'll have Dalton Robson. Like that's a pretty good 4 coming out of CP.
Yeah. Heavyweight was really good in 2A too. Hayden Smith had a good day. He beat Hartle Road and Diesel and Grady Baker.
Yep.
Those are 3 state ranked guys. And
did he pin Hartle Road, right? I think that was a huge
Hartle Road and pinned Reynolds. Did not pin Grady Baker. So it was only a 10-3 decision. But yeah, he had a good day. So that's pretty interesting. You know, Heritage Hills is pretty solid. I mean, they obviously our guy Jet had knee surgery, so he was probably going to be out anyway. But he was in a state placer at 215, or he could have wrestled 92, probably. That's
dude, and not in like I'm not dismissing any, but 2A had some really solid top to bottom teams, like teams that were just really like there wasn't a lot of holes. Like they were very good duels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot of really good duels, and I'd like to see some of those guys. Like to see throw those top 4 teams in at 3A, just see where they would fall, because I think Hanover Central can hang with any of those teams. I think Garrett can hang with. I think Heritage Hills has enough firepower that they can. And Belmont's solid top to bottom. It was really interesting seeing like the matchups, how they played out in those duels.
I think a team like, and Garrett walked away with it in the final. Like we got to hang out with a bunch of the Hanover Central brothers. So shout out to my like, I don't know, those kids, middle school kids. Shout out to all my middle school boys.
It took a while to figure out we were with IndianaMat. Then they're like our best friends.
Well, yeah, they were. Dude, it was like watching like a TV. They were telling us all the slang.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking football. We were making football predictions.
Yes. So, yeah.
I didn't know the Kreidermans were such big Lions fans, so he's probably going to drop in the ranking some. But
that matchup with Garrett and Hanover Central, that is a very deceiving matchup. And it was, and I talked to Nick a little bit, and it's like one of those things like Kreiderman and Bikema probably win if there are 100 teams in 2A, they probably win about 98 times.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them ran into two of those guys that could beat them are on at Garrett. So that, and then there's really not anywhere you can bump away or try to avoid. Try to swap a 6-6 type thing. Well, and there's a couple other spots in there where.
Well, I think Carter Gary's solid. He runs into a really tough Ramon Sierra who he took him down early and then he ends up getting stuck.
Major.
Was it a major? I thought he ended up pinning him down. Kreiderman and you get and shout out to I can't even think of his name right now.
Asa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a gorilla.
Yeah.
He had 3 big wins. Beat Jay Burke Eisenhower, and then Bikema, and then beat Nicholas.
Did he get the gorilla or did
No, but I gave it to Asa.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He had hoping for like some kind of dual changing win, but I guess it was probably the dual changing win because it was pretty much over after he won.
Yeah. So. And then 38, just a toss-up match. 44, Kokendorfer ended up getting the fall of Orion Hall. I think he threw like 9 headlocks in there, man.
Yeah.
Like
Carter
Hall, yeah. And then you're just like Israel Sanat had a really good Al Smith. He just runs into a really good Carter Fielder.
Yeah, that's another one where it's like, Israel Sanat probably wins 98 or 99 matches against 2A guys. There's 3 other guys.
Went over Vinny Freeman at Al Smith.
Yeah, there's 3 other guys. So they won 3 matches. There's 3 more. There's 3 wins there against 95, 98% of the 2A field. And they just and that's how and that's why it looks that ugly. I mean that's the honest truth.
And then they're closing out with two hammers, man. Aiden Hunt and Diesel are studs. And they're getting those guys are not guys that are getting paid by the hour.
30 seconds each.
Yeah, they looked really good. They had a huge win over Heritage Hills in the semis. Heritage Hills knocked off New Prairie. Sorry.
Not to there's a 5. That was the only quarterfinal upset, 5 over a 4, which is, those are the same seeds in my mind.
Yeah, that guy does a pretty good job. That does the seeds.
Yeah.
Nick Freeze had an amazing day.
Yeah. Yeah, he had another one with a good day.
Getting a little bit of water here.
Man, you got a water machine. You got a water cooler there. So
then New Prairie ends up taking 5th. Belmont took 3rd. Belmont and Hanover Central was a really good duel. Just really solid.
Yeah, that's one of those that talking to Dane a little bit. Came down to matchups. Came down to the last match.
Yeah,
and as a coach, Belmont obviously wanted to win that, but they also they put themselves in position to win. Obviously, they weren't rolling out with their best guy, but he went out there and battled. There's some matches in there that there's a 6-5 match. There's places where you can pick up those points. It's wrestling. That's what makes duel so much fun.
Little Pop pin Freeze too, like that. I mean, that's a huge swing in that match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking 46-31. You're getting Hartle Road and then Little Pop. Is that how you say it, Brad? Little Pop. That's huge. I didn't even see that result yet. Yeah, Heritage Hills is solid, man. Top to bottom. There's a lot of guys, and they got a ton of matches in too. When we were doing the Spartan Classic seeding, those guys all had like 30 matches on.
Yeah, so and I think they have a good thing going there, and I don't think the train's stopping anytime soon there at Heritage Hills. But 2A is going to be. I think a lot of those teams, like the top 5-6 teams, are all doing pretty well and reloading every year. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Hanover Central's a pretty young team. That they had a good day. that score with Garrett, they're a lot closer to Garrett than the 40-point spread. But Garrett came to wrestle. They went out there and just dominated and did what they needed to do.
I told Dane in the Hanover Central and Belmont duel at some point, like there was 6 or 7 of the Crown Point wrestlers sitting in the chairs, like cheering on the Hanover Central guys. And I was like, man, I bet Bill wanted to turn around and be like, hey, let's grab
Caesar.
let's grab Caesar Clinton's right here, or Austin Reading, and throw those guys out there.
Yeah, tag them in. We got the eligibility paperwork right here.
And like those guys are like over there coaching up, and I know a lot of those guys train together, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought 2A was as hyped as any of them. Gibson Southern obviously had a good day. We got to meet Dressler. Tristan Dressler was there. Good dude. Bishop Tard, we got to hang out with those guys. They took 9th. I didn't know that everyone that was there got to take 9th. If you didn't.
Yes. Yeah. I made the comment that they're
okay, right.
Yeah, I made the comment that they were asking people to roll up the mats.
Yes.
And I said, well, what about the 12th place team doing that? And all the Jatard people are like, no. And then Springer pulls out the cheese, says, we got 9th.
Bro, I've never, and maybe that happens in other places. I've never seen it. They were like, hey, can you please help Brownsburg out and roll up the mats? And I look over and teams are rolling up the mats after they're done together in unity.
Sportsmanship. It matters.
It does.
Be the face of sportsmanship, Mike. Have you ever been the face of sportsmanship?
Never. I wish.
Me neither. That's why we get along so well.
They say I'm a sociopath because I hide it well. But shout out to my boys, Griffith Panthers, ended up 7th. Not a bad showing for the Panthers over here.
There. As I said, they didn't have the upset as 1A, but yeah, they went out there, battled with a good Garrett team, end up 7th. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was really cool. Like the announcer in that gym did a great job, kind of bringing attention to some of the big matches and then getting people to pick up their trash and roll up mats. Yeah.
Man, we need more guys like him out there.
Dude, don't you want that guy at after the finals at IHPO? Be like, hey guys, when you're done, you're gonna get your medal. But then we're gonna have you just roll these mats.
After you lose this, your 7th match of the day, after you lost your first one, wrestled back all the way to the round to place. Can you please roll the mat?
Yeah, dude, honestly, I thought that was pretty wild. And I never really heard that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do that in the South all the time, and they're just a lot more friendlier than the region. I swear I wish that some of those teams at the Tri-Coff when I was in high school were rolling up mats at the end of their matches. Yeah. That would have been great. I wish
you guys just had that idea to ask nicely.
No, I wish. I think Watkins thought that was a punishment if we didn't do that. We never won it. So
yeah. So yeah, no, great 2A event, great facilities, and
amazing.
Yeah. So did any of the region teams help roll up the mats? I was kind of curious.
I don't know. I had to ask Coach Stoika. Man, was that Kenny got his 100th win? Bill Smith, did you guys help roll up the mats or not? They announced. Was it Zach Kenny? They announced got his 100th.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, that's, I think the announcer he's the one he does the state finals, like the consolation round. Definitely would like to hear more. He did a great job. Had the rankings up and was like, oh, we got mat number 2. We got a ranked matchup between 4 and 8 or whatever.
Look like Mike Morgan stole the idea, man. They rolled their mat afterwards. Well played, Coach Cook.
Man, Coach Cook, a man of the people.
Man.
Former president. I mean, man, I'd vote for him again.
I had a pretty good cinnamon roll, too, at the 2A. Yeah. It was a lot, though. It was a lot of sugar. I started, getting sweat under my eyes. It was tough.
Yeah, it looked really good. I just did not want that sugar crash on my way home. Because it was not a 45-minute drive. It's about a little over a 2-hour drive.
If all of our boys from Hanover Central, they're watching, all them dudes are telling me the Bears suck and they're about to get worked. Where you at now? I'll see you guys out. Wednesday, I'll be doing the Hanover Central. Yeah, Wednesday, I'll be doing the Hanover Central dual meet. So, dude, I think he's only using that one arm with his arm spin.
Yeah.
The legend of the arm spin.
Yes. Yeah. Allegedly, he had a. I mean, don't give him an underhook. Rule number 1 of wrestling, Mike Morgan. Don't give him an underhook. Rule number 2, don't refer to rule number 1.
You want to go to 3A or 1A or 3A?
Let's go 3A.
Rex Brewer told me he was there all day.
Yeah.
That means they got some of the best coverage in the state.
Yes. Yeah, that was a it's a great day of wrestling, long day, but love it. 3A, Franklin Community. 3A is always a fun. I think 3A has a lot of parity, and it's rare that actually the number 1 seed wins in 3A.
Yep.
A lot of close matches. Munster with the only first round upset. They beat Decatur Central. Congrats to the Mustangs.
Maldonado trained.
Yes.
Talk to those guys.
They beat a good Decatur Central team. Roncalli over Hobart in the match of the finals in the first round. Not as close. Then the Roncalli Lowell match was really good.
It was.
Obviously, number 1 goes down with Verduzco majoring Getz. Hunter Mallory over
Rashawn Thomas was back in the lineup for Lowell. He had I thought he was about to major Morrow, and then Morrow runs it back and ends up, I think he majors him. I think he was down 9-1 at some point, and Morrow that's why Morrow's good.
9-2 and ran back 12 straight points. So
shout out to Caleb Morrow, stayed in the match.
Yeah.
Hold their head up high. Ron Cali was without their 6-pounder. I guess he suffered an injury, but they're pretty deep down low. They have a good squad. Lowell did some bumping with Evan Stanley, so he was able to cover a couple different weight classes for them. Now, it's tough because they have some good guys in there, but that's a huge win for Lowell. B South over Floyd Central. I'm sure those guys, they haven't wrestled this year, right?
No, I don't think so.
I thought that Columbus East New Pal match was coming down to the wire too. They came down to the last couple matches.
Yeah, it came down to 215. New Pal needed to pin, and they had Colin Wetzel versus Clayton Miller. So 2 very good. I mean, it ended up being a 3-2 match. I mean, you weren't gonna.
Well, even 90 had Isaiah Jones and
McMahon.
And Isaiah Jones in the rankings too, and McMahon and taking care of business. But that was a good duel. I mean, you're talking 32-29.
Yeah, so that's another good one. They bumped Gunner Butt up to 157 to trade to 6-6, and that's one of those things you look at. Obviously, New Pal's like, hey, we gotta give ourselves a chance to win. We got to trade a 6-6 here. Sometimes that's what you need.
And New Pal was without one of the Tavrons.
Tavorn, yeah.
Tavorn.
Yeah, so a good match there. Obviously, almost a really big upset. It would have been a 7 over a 2. New Pal ends up 7th, so they lost to Floyd Central. I mean, there's just so much parity there.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Ron Cali, man, I was watching it, and Ron Cali and Munster just kind of good in the same spots, and Ron Cali kind of throttled them. I mean, there ain't no one nice way to say it. Those are my guys, but 64-0. I would be willing to bet Munster hasn't been shut out very much.
Yeah.
In the history of their school. I'm not talking about this year.
Yeah, and even 64 there's 4 decisions in there. So it wasn't the 84-0 like you usually think about as a shutout. I mean, they had to win some matches, and Ron Colley's solid. And
yeah.
I mean, as we say, matchups can make duels look a lot, uglier than they are. And Ron Colley's pretty good in those spots. I mean, obviously, like Diego Bentoncourt and Nash Burke, running into Shutley and Getz, 2 guys that are top 2 or 3 in the state.
They're pretty good.
So other matches there, obviously semifinals, Franklin over Lowell, another as a good close match.
Well, Franklin just kind of like what we were saying about Garrett. like when Franklin's getting wins, they're getting bonus points.
Yeah.
Like they're putting guys away. And I mean, that's kind of a Tante signature, right? Like he's always had guys that have been pinners and they're going to get you bonus points.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning 37-24.
Lowell's getting decisions, and Lowell won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They won 6 matches, but only 1 pin, 1 tech, and 1. So 3 of them were decisions, and then you got 1, 2, 3 pins for Franklin. So I mean, they close out really good from 65 on up.
Shout out to River Lily getting the big win there for Franklin. It's not always about your big gun's always going to take care of business, but finding those 50-50 matchups and taking that dub, that's a good win.
Yeah, and they there's a lot of good matches in there. Stanley over Keegan Jokin. That's a good match, and it's cool to see Stanley helping the team out, bumping up, going whatever he needs to do to help the team. That's always really cool to see as a coach. That's a good sign for him. Lowell, I mean, put the best lineup they could out there. Franklin just a little bit better up top and getting those bonuses.
They, Schofield with a tech. Coral's beating Luke Merchant. Luke Merchant down 13. He's been up at 20. That's a huge win. River Lily over Deshaun Thomas, 2 freshmen. That's a huge win for River. Noel Verduzco gets a tech. Hunter Mallory over John Vaughn. That's a huge win for Mallory. I thought Mallory wrestled well at All Smith. John Vaughn's tough. JJ. Robson over Vaughn Wyatt. Stanley with a major. Jonah Strain gets a fall. Mike Atante with a win over Schaefer. Summers with a major. Corwin Fuller. Corey gets a fall. Corey Tante with a major. Then you said you would take your big dog, take care of it, and then obviously you're forfeiting Hayes at the end. But at that point, the fight's done.
There's some good. I mean, there's some matchups there that you're like we said. Charlie Schaefer probably wins a lot of matches against 3A kids. Caden Duran. There's a lot of guys that, and we can say that for Franklin too. Some guys in there.
They're really good, man.
Yeah. So. Good match there, and then Bloomington South over Columbus East. We saw Bloomington South at the Al Smith, and like they're young and they're pretty solid, pretty much throughout the whole lineup.
And I think they're really good down low.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got Russell, Gene, Stanton, Pratt. Those are 4 pretty solid kids to start the lineup, and there's sophomore, junior, freshman.
Yep.
So that's pretty
Mark,
good.
The junior, then you get to your first senior in the lineup.
Yeah. So that's a pretty solid lineup. Columbus East closes out pretty good up top too, which is good for them. But by the time they got through 144, it was pretty. I mean, it's kind of tell 2 halves. They won the first 7 matches, and won 8 of the first 9 or 10 of the first 11 matches, and then the last 4 were pins. But it was they're pretty good down low, and I think they have a pretty solid 215 right now. So it could be Bloomington South's going to be a force in the next couple of years.
Yeah, they're doing a great job over there. What up, Hutch?
Yeah, you got some even some of the guys that lost for Bloomington South. Danny Allgood's pretty good. Mason Grubb had a good. Al Smith. So Cooksey over Caleb Cooper. Aaron Pratt over Cameron Cooper. So did they bump or no, that's Lincoln Cooper. There's way too many Coopers in the lineup. I think there should be a law against that.
And then Bloomington South and Franklin to close it out. Starting at 20, Josiah Stanton, really tough. Tech fall. Jude Pratt over Oscar Garcia. Mark Hand over JJ Vaughn. Vaughn Wyatt over Brian Conley. Major. Amron Pratt over Keegan Joaquim. Jonah Strain over Geraldo Hernandez Arbara. They bump Cooksey to Mike Atante, gets a major. Summers gets a fall. Corey Fuller with a tech fall. Corey Tante with a fall. I mean, that ends up being the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're out there getting sticks, and those guys are getting pins. Falor with a fall, Noah Martin with a major decision, Schofield over real tough Nick Russell. That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Jackson June over Luke Merchant by fall. At that point, it's it's over.
Yeah, and there's some. I mean, Nick Russell, real good. That's a good win there. And yeah, I've got like we said, Denny Allgood and Mason Grubb, both two really solid kids. Just ran into some horses. And it's like we were kind of watching that as we were going, and it's like ooh, we got they're getting wins, but they're decisions. And when you have guys that are pinners, Conte's, they might have the most pins as a family.
Oh, I bet they do. I bet it's close.
Yeah, so they like to pin guys. I don't think his kids get paid by the hour.
No, not at all. They're bringing it back a ton. Franklin's bringing back Daniel. They might want to sneak up into that 4A. They probably want to stay in 3A and dominate. But that might be a fun match with them and Garrett. They could have some pretty exciting matchups.
Yeah, we got to talk them into maybe get a duel. Maybe they come up to G Town, mean streets of Randolph and Walsh.
River Lily's back, freshman. Oscar Garcia Jr., John Vaughn sophomore, Wyatt Vaughn freshman.
According to
two seniors. He's gonna know, man. He has a good idea. Doesn't have to time out. I appreciate you. Yeah. So they're bringing back 12 of their starters, and I'd be willing to bet their team that ends up getting some guys that are pretty good. Probably have some backups that are pretty good.
Yeah, they always have a good feeder program, good stuff. So 1A, we're gonna put some respect on North Miami's name.
Hey, respect to North Miami.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, I know that they're saying that. That's funny, but like they're a good squad. I mean,
yeah.
Like if for the individual side of it, I'm sure Dane feels similar. If you get the top 4 teams in there, like you're hoping that a good meet that they're all very close and they can go either way and it becomes matchups. And North Miami is really good.
Yes,
it's not like they ran out there and got 5 shutouts.
Yeah. That's one of the great. I mean, I think 1A was really, really even from top to bottom. Ended up being the 3 and 4 seeds in the finals.
Yeah.
So, and they were all close matches. Rochester's really good. Southmont is really good. I know Dane and Rex were talking that they, Southmont might have matched up better with North Miami, and that's what it is. That's why duels are so much fun. I mean, you could maybe those seeds are a little bit different, and you get 2 different finalists. So, yeah, Lowell, 2 seniors. They're pretty darn good, and they return 3 really good studs.
Harley Hoover is a stud.
Yes.
Dude, North Miami has a handful of guys that are really good. Not only like Hartley Hoover, but they have a Jordan Simon,
Rex Moore.
Yeah, adding Rex Moore doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So they had they ended up beating Rochester 41-28 in the semifinals. McIntyre over Jackson Robbins. Robbins is like in overtime. That's a match that I don't know exactly where they started there, but definitely one that could have swung some momentum as it goes on. But they just had a little more firepower in their lineup. Rochester.
They made some moves. They bumped Holloway up away from Rex Moore. Yeah. Rex Moore got an 8-second pin.
Oof. So that's obviously that was going to be a good. I kind of lined that up earlier in the year. Kind of had it as a 7-7 match, but it's hard to tell in 1A where exactly.
Lane Horn got 100 pins.
That's a lot.
And they got 2 on sportsmanlike in this thing too. It was chipping.
Yeah.
And McIntyre got on sportsmanlike and all right, Rex, I need to know what happened. Why were these guys getting hit with them on sportsmanlikes?
He was covering Adams Central.
Strap came down. I knew it.
So Adams Central Southmont was a real good match. Came down the last one, and that last match there also. That's Gavin Mason over Cale Beer. Trying to see some of the other good matches, but yeah, that's 35-39. Adams Central set up a rematch of last year's finals. So that would have been 106, 113. So it came down to, yeah. So 106, 13, 20. So this semis would have started at 20, I think.
What? Do some headgear.
Man.
In the crowd?
Souvenirs?
Man, when the Bears stopped that last play from the Packers, the DB picked the ball up and chucked it in the crowd. He'd do it pretty far. I was thinking, like, man, what if someone wasn't paying attention? They got smoked by a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but South Adams is really good down low. I know that they were looking to get some matches in. They were kind of talking about like they didn't have opportunities to wrestle like the Al Smith and things like that, but they had some really good younger guys that they'll be back in the mix too.
Yeah. You mean Adam Central?
No, Southmont. I'm sorry.
Southmont. Southmont. Okay, I thought you said. Yeah, Southmont's pretty solid. They have a young team. Definitely. I'd say they kind of came out of nowhere, but it's they're a young team in 1A where it's kind of hard to make a name for yourself without like the whole. I mean, they've always been solid, so they've been to team state a handful of times, and I think that's going to be. I think 1A's. I mean, Adams Central's pretty young. I think North Miami's going to graduate some people. Rochester will graduate some people, but there's some good solid teams coming up, and some teams that are using this team state to build their programs. Northfield, it's their second time in a row. Rossville's real young. They have some really good hammers. It's always fun to watch how much these teams really build into team state.
Rossville has a ton of forfeits, man. I know Dane was kind of saying that he had seen him against Adam Central, and I think they were running out like 3 or 4 forfeits. Let's see, I mean, they had 215 heavyweight. Well, they probably just honorarily leave 215 out after Weaver graduated.
Yeah.
Forfeit at 6. No, that was a fall. Nope, not a fault. Dallas Rosenbarger is going to be really good for them.
Yeah. So, finals, North Miami over Adam Central rematch came down to the last matches, and North Miami had just a little bit more. See if there's any other.
I know we were talking about like it came down to 13. Like if Adam Central didn't get a fall, then they would have won, right?
Yeah. I think they were. Well, it's 38-34, so they could have major attack, and I think that their guy had the takedown. I think it was end up being. I mean, it's 2 junior and a freshman, end up being a fall. I think it was like a reversal to his back. The Adam Central kid was winning, so didn't see the match. Could have been, trying to go for the fall, trying for the win, but real good match. Some matchups there that I know Adam Central bumped their 215 up to heavyweight to try to snag a win to get away from Hoover. Probably a smart move. Ended up being a fall there. So, but sometimes you got to take those risks. But I think Adam Central's real young. They're going to be back. Obviously you got McIntyre, Rex Moore, Hartley Hoover, 3 big seniors for North Miami. They're going to be hard. Those guys are going to be hard to replace.
Yeah. So. Silva's a senior for North Miami. Mm-hmm. Eli Winters is a senior for North Miami. So, yeah, that's a good amount.
Yep. So, Southmont was 3rd, a close one over Rochester.
Good match there. Senior and a freshman. Lane Horn over Gavin Mason. That was Gavin Mason's first loss of the year, 10-1. I mean, I'm sure those are the matches they're looking for.
Yep. Holloway over Bryce Glaze. Another match there. Good match. So it's good for Southmont to see those guys, and it's good for those guys to see the competition there. So it should be 1A is always fun to watch, just to see the it seemed like there are a lot more ranked matchups at 1 and 2A this year than normally. A lot of times you don't see very many.
Eli Gall, man. Eli Gall with a big win over Jacob Cole.
Yeah, Gall had a couple good wins this weekend. He also, because I saw him on the ranking or the upset list. really not upsets, but he had another. He beat. Who else did he beat that was on the list? He beat Cole. He beat Kale Schatz. Those are two good wins. I don't think Ogborn from Rensselaer Central's ranked.
And is it ranked in the semi-state?
Yes. Okay. So three good wins. I mean, three solid wins. So good event. Sounds like Franklin won the hospitality battle, but Franklin, but good event. I think having it in two locations was real nice to be able to go watch 2A for a little bit.
Yeah.
And not, just be able to not have to be stuck in one gym and be able to, trying to follow, obviously trying to follow the other divisions as much as possible. My computer kept dying. So yeah, great event. Thanks to IHSA for putting this on. There's a lot of people that do a lot of work for this. Craig Ratliff isn't even coaching in the state. He's more concerned with the IU football playoff run, but that was sure. And he's still putting way too much time in the Indiana Coaches Association, and he's coaching Ohio. So that's a
great dude, man. He's
yeah. I still like. I mean, he could easily just wash his hands. Like, dude, I have other things to do. I have kids. I'm teaching. I'm coaching. You guys take care of your stuff. And he loves Indiana wrestling, I guess, more than Ohio, which they don't have an IndianaMat. So what do we have to say?
He's an awesome dude, man. I think that the IHSWCA really lucked out with that guy.
Yeah, he is he loves wrestling and loves being a part of what Indiana wrestling, which is so maybe we can get him back sometime soon.
We might have to go to 3A next year. That might be the real showdown, man. If Lowell's bringing back 12 and Franklin's bringing back 12, that might be the real.
Yeah, show. I mean, I would. Maybe we will. I don't know. I haven't been to 3. I really haven't ever since we had it combined.
Only if
maybe it'd be even better if the Franklin legend Max Clark just builds a ginormous fieldhouse stadium that we can have all classes together.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Or Jim Tante. I mean, they probably make about the same amount of money.
I'm trying to stay at this haunted hotel Dane likes. I'm trying to do Friday Night Ghost Hunters.
Oh, Eastside tried to bump Carter to wrestle Gall, and they bumped him around.
I mean, that's tough. I mean, but I had to look at what the score was. Like I said, I'm not their coaches, and their coaches aren't. At the end of the day, we're all fans, but they're not always there for the sake of entertainment. They're there to try to win duels.
Yeah, it was 52-27. Yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, it was not a close duel at that time. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you never know. There's a reason. I mean, you don't have to do it for the fans. And we've heard some things of some reasons why. And you know what? That's your decision as a coach. And in the end, it's your decision to.
Dang, bro, we might have to really go. They said they'd get Max Clark there.
Rocker will be there. He would have come this weekend, but he had hitting. He likes coming. He actually does like coming to wrestling, believe it or not. So yeah, a great event. Just obviously, I know there's some conflicts with referees and some staffing with girls regionals. Hopefully, I mean, I think the girls regionals and really, I think state needs to be on Saturdays. I think the attendance is really gets hurt a lot by some casual fans that would like to be there, but aren't going to take a day off of work for that stuff. So hopefully there's some stuff that it's not my job to try to figure out exactly how to work it, but hopefully there's a way that we can work that kind of stuff that, number one, we need more referees. So if you are interested in giving back to the sport and you don't want to do rankings or talk on a podcast.
Dude, yeah. I think there's especially there's a side hustle for sure, man. People could be making some money. I mean, people have been around it enough. A little bit thick skin. People are gonna tell you you're wrong all the time, but I mean, that could be anything.
Yeah. So yeah, get your referee's license and you can do a lot of stuff and make some extra money and get back to the sport. And I know there's some people that, I mean, we see it, a lot of people, some old parents because I'm old, but some parents that kids are graduating and stuff. And I know of a few that after their kids graduate, kind of just said, "Hey, I'm gonna go referee," and you don't even have to be the best. You can
Well, I think some like obviously we see like Kenny Hughes had a very successful career. You see him out there doing a great job.
Mhm.
I think there's been a handful of guys that have gone from competing right in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it'd be good to see. I mean, obviously, if you want to get back to the sport, you can't coach. You don't want to do rankings. You'd rather just get it from everybody.
I'm talking about Ben Dalton. That's why he's my boy, bro. Bear down. Let's go.
Yes, Bears. Yeah, so you missed it earlier. I mean, Mike's a big Alex Bregman fan because after the announcement of Bregman came through, the Bears got life, and so. Anything else from last week?
Finley Hall of Fame. I think there were some good duels during the week. I know my boy, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Miller, was giving me a hard time because Zionsville knocked off. Did they beat Westfield or they beat Noblesville? One of the teams at Team State. He told me they beat several of the teams at Team State and that they should have been in. And I had to go back and double check because I do think Zionsville is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, that's great. They have my vote, but they didn't submit to be in.
Yes. Yeah, they have a solid team. I think they're still a little bit young and they could maybe be in the mix next year. I don't know. I mean, obviously they host an event, which makes things a little bit.
Hutchinson's here all week, boys. He's here all week. Don't forget to tip the waitresses.
So, yeah. So hopefully, Zionsville will be a good team to get in there. I think they have some solid kids, and
at that 4A, and I was telling Jason, not that they can't get voted in, but to get that auto bid, you're gonna have multiple medalists. Because what is it? 4 are gonna get auto bids and 2 get voted in. I mean, Crown Point, Brownsburg,
6 get auto bids.
6 get auto bids.
So you're talking the 3 are. We can tell you who 3 are going to get.
Probably the 4, right? Mater Day's probably getting.
Yeah, Mater Day's getting in.
Cathedral's probably getting in next year. They're going to bring back.
Yeah. They have a young team. There's 5.
And they were missing 2 guys that I don't know if they're coming back or not. So I'm not saying that they're going to be in the lineup this year. But they had 2 guys that were in the lineup last year that were pretty solid that aren't currently wrestling.
Yeah.
I got it on TiVo, boys. My boy Hawk. Shout out to my boy Hawk. He's not watching. He's watching the Steelers. But
yeah. So
Then going on won the Fedley Hall of Fame 2026. So
yeah. So what was it? Oh, it was Cathedral over Columbus East on Wednesday. I think Cathedral's or Columbus East was up pretty big, and then they're up 32-3, and then Columbus East was up 32-3, and then Cathedral came storming back down low. They're so good, and you got Bayless, Loran, Carver, Lavin. Those guys don't lose very many matches combined. I lost more in one season than those 2 will probably lose in those 4 will probably lose in their careers combined.
James. Bill Kerbal was also this weekend.
Yes. Very poorly seated, according to my sources. And I got a message like, who seated this? And I said, not me. And yeah, they had some they allowed you to bring in a varsity B team. And then you had first round matches between those 2 schools and those 2 kids. So you had first round and quarterfinals. It's like, can we separate them a little bit? So I don't know who did it, but I had some complaints. Joey Warner was a 6th seed. So attorney state medalist.
Tougher in the state than it is in the
yeah.
Tougher in the Bill Kerbal than it is in the state finals, boys.
I mean, obviously, he was seated higher at Spartan than we gave him more love than they do there. I mean, yeah. Bill must not. No, Bill's passed away. Great coach, but man, they don't. Man, what do they have against Joey? I don't know. He's a nice kid. So
is this just a straight bracket?
What
the Bill Kerbal?
Yeah, it's a bracket. Yeah,
I'm gonna go back and look at some of these results. Some interesting placements.
Yeah. I think. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't a full. I thought I had that in there. It wasn't a full Russellback. So if you lost in the quarters or before, you could only get fifth.
Uh,
So, so that's probably why there were some curious results there. Yeah. So
the Lake County tournament happened this weekend. Well, I think it's called the Lake County Invite because I think there's some teams that aren't from the Lake County in there.
So now we invite them there.
Oh man, yeah. But a lot of the teams, so it's tough because Lowell, Hanover Central hosted. They went to Team State. Lowell, Crown Point, Griffith, and then there's a couple teams that don't go. Like some of the Hammond teams, they don't go. But I think Maryville walked away with it. Maryville's champ at Rashad Nelson, champ, Cruz Oweta, champ, Ethan Alvarez, champ, Luke Need, beat my boy Ben Armstrong in the finals, Ileana Christian. They're going to start building up. His dad's a IndianaMat grad. Warren Brown, champ. Simon Martinez of Highland over Caden Morrissey of Ileana Christian. I believe that was the only one that wasn't Lake Central or Maryville. Cameron Hilson, champ. Markel Shelton, champ. Bustamante, Maryville, champ. Lex Paz, one of the Crown Point's second team guys, senior, won the Lake County tournament. Shout out to Lex Paz. I know his daddy's a good dude. And I think that kind of speaks to the depth there. That's tough. Like you're in a really tough room, but you're also one of the best guys in Lake County.
Yeah.
Derek Nelson of Crown Point, also a champ. Bryce Montgomery from Maryville, a champ over Parker Teeble of Crown Point. David Warren of Maryville over Aiden Stevens, the Calumet Warriors. Shout out to the Warriors, got one in the finals. And James Letke over Deshaun Jackson of Andran of the Fighting 59ers.
Oh, yes.
I believe he's a freshman or sophomore. He's pretty young. And I know he's one of Kevin's guys, an elite guy. I know he's wrestled on a bunch of their teams. So when we went to the ring ceremony, the assistant AD in Andran was telling me that, they have a shot, that he has a shot to make some noise. And I was like, man, I don't know. That Crown Point regional is pretty tough at heavyweight. And he's like, yeah, but we come out of Hobart. I said, yeah, but they're gonna have to hit those guys. You're coming out of Hobart, but there's a shot you're gonna draw Cam Hazlett, a James Harder Road, a Tony Brooks.
Yeah,
pretty tough.
Yeah, that's a tough road there. Yeah, Travis. I don't know if I want to do a golf outing. That might get kind of ugly. That'd be quite a. I don't know. Do you golf?
Me? No, I could drive pretty well. I used to golf when I was a kid. We had a golf course on Ridge Road right across from us. And the dude that lived across the street from us, his dad was a golf pro at Wicker Park in Munster. And he used to just kill us, dude. And I couldn't figure it out. And I was just like, man, I suck. And then I found out he was actually really good. He was like a 2-time runner-up in Indiana. He's a professional golfer in Florida. So I just thought I was really bad. I didn't know that he was really good.
I was on the golf team in high school, but I was like JV, but I just got a bunch of free golf, which was fine for me.
He was, that dude's like legitimately, even though he's a pro golfer, he was legitimately probably one of the best athletes I'd ever been around. Yeah, like one year he was he's like a shorter white kid. He was like the leading scorer in the Gus Macker. He threw like 88 as like a freshman in high school and like only picked up a ball like when he was like in 7th grade. But was hitting homers. Like, dude, he was unreal. His name is Matt Springer. He was like the best, like bowled a 300 game. Like, dude, he was like unreal. It's a good athlete. Tony shot him with a BB gun one time. Man, you know what? We actually talked to Royce Malone. And I talked to my brother. We talked about hunting. He told me he's the best hunter in the state of Indiana. And then he kind of said, I'm the best rabbit hunter in the state of Indiana. And I wasn't prepared for the line of questioning, but my brother said you should ask him the caliper. What gun is he using? Is he rifle? Is he using a shotgun? Is he using a gauge here? What, I said, dang, Tony. Tony's going to be the new rankings guy for IndianaMat's hunting section.
Yes.
It's going to be a sub for him.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah.
But I don't doubt that Royce Malone's the best rabbit hunter in Indiana. I didn't know he was going to pivot there. I thought he was going to say deer. That's pretty good. I don't know how many rabbits there are out there in the Monrovia Center Grove area.
He's helped curb the population a little bit from the pictures.
Yeah. He said that he puts on the Al Smith finalist every year that he's the best hunter in Indiana. And I said, if Marcus makes it to the finals next year, and he says if Royce is in the finals, he's the best hunter, and Marcus says he's the second best hunter, I'll say them both.
Yeah.
Benny told me that. Benny told me he was one of the state leaders in batting average his senior year.
Nice. Yeah.
He said he's the best truck driver in the state of Indiana with a high school medal.
Yeah, he probably has a hanging from his medal state hanging from the rearview mirror.
The big rig.
Yeah. No, I was actually one of the kids that was on the golf team. When I played, he played professionally, made it to the playing the U.S. Open. He was on the web.com, whatever that second tour is. Made a living out of it for a while, and then actually the year after I graduated, another kid that was like a 4-year starter at IU. They ended up going to state like 2 out of the 2 years after I graduated. So I wasn't on varsity, so I didn't have any effect on that. But it's pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie. Calumet's golf team wasn't as stout. He went to Andre, and he wasn't a 2-time medalist for Calumet.
I can see Andre having a good golf team.
I don't know if they do or not. I know some of our softball girls were golfing, but maybe.
So yeah. This week wrestling. I think that's good enough for last week.
Yeah.
Anything going this week? The next couple of weeks are kind of slow. A lot of conference events. We were real hot and heavy for about 2-3 weeks, and now it's pretty slow. We got a Ben Davis Avon, Jasper Mount Vernon Posey, Fishers Pendleton Heights, Eastside at Leo. Trying to see if any big matches.
They're gonna bump Lincoln Carter up to wrestle heavyweight. Can go out there.
They got a Woods. Paul Woods had a couple good wins I saw this weekend. For Leo. Leo has some solid kids there. Let's see. East Noble, West Noble, Battle for Noble, Crown Point, Russell's Michigan City. I got Hanover Central Lowell.
Yeah. Hanover Central Lowell. I'll be on the mic. WJOB.
Yeah. Maryville Lake Central.
I don't know if I'm doing it solo or not. I try to get my brother to get on there with me, but man, you guys got to keep up. We talk fast.
Carmel at Westfield.
Fighting Airsmen.
Munster and Hobart. That could be a good one.
That should be a good one. Hobart, when they wrestled Lowell, or not Hobart, take that back. Munster, when they wrestled Lowell, like last Thursday, they were pretty banged up. I know they had a bunch of guys leading in the team state.
Yeah. Delta and Adams Central.
That'd be a fun day. Delta and Adams Central kind of good in different spots. That'd be a good duel.
Let's see. What do we see? Columbus East, Bloomington South. That'll be a good one. A little bit of rematch there. See if there's any matches that are switched. Yorktown, Belmont.
Appreciate that, Eric.
And then you got Mount Carmel and Crown Point will be on Friday. That's always a fun duel.
Yeah.
Crown Point's probably going to be the solid favorite there.
That'd be some fun matches, though. Sebastian Garcia and Kennison was a good match at IPO.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny Sessa and Justin Williamson. I'm just trying to think of Indiana guys. Mm-hmm. Jacob Powers and Brody Kaselke. Mm-hmm. Will Vanderlegaren. Sorry. But yeah, there'll be some good matches there.
Yeah. And Gibson Southern Modern Day could be a good one. That supposedly is on Saturday. I can't verify 100%. Conferences.
Sorry, I I messed up. I couldn't think. Will Gafton Hodges. He's a Crown Point kid. He wrestles for Mount Carmel. He'll be at 26. He'll wrestle Strayer. That was a pretty heated match last year.
Yeah. Conference Indiana, Bloomington South, Terre Haute North, Southport, Columbus North, Terre Haute South. I thought Perry was in that conference. It used to be. That could be a good one. Madison, shout out to Madison. The Cubs, they're going out to the Top Gun in Alliance, Ohio this weekend. Yeah. That's a pretty good tournament in Ohio. Garrett Invite, East Noble, South Adams, Garrett. Some teams out of Michigan that are pretty solid. Lakeland has some solid kids. Leo, Angola. Good little tournament, 16, usually 16 teams. I don't know if they have exactly 16 this year. Hoosier Heritage Conference, that's the one we always kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Delta, Greenfield Central, Mount Vernon, Newcastle, Yorktown, New Pal, Pendleton Heights, and Shelbyville. That's always has some good matches there. Then it's always cool when you bring in the different semi-states together that you usually don't see in these matches. You're going to have you have some Fort Wayne versus Newcastle matches. Mid-State Conference, Whiteland, Decatur Central, Franklin, Greenwood, Martinsville, Mooresville, Perry Meridian, and Plainfield. Should be some good matches there.
Oh, yeah, there'll be some real good matches there.
Another one with some teams from different semi-states. You got the Hoosier Hills, Bedford, North Lawrence, Columbus East, Florida Central, Jeffersonville, Jennings County, New Albany, and Seymour. The Hoosier Crossroads Conference, that's just a rematch of a lot of matches from this weekend. Avon, Brownsburg, Fishers, Franklin Central, Hamilton Southeastern, Noblesville, Westfield, and Zionsville. That's probably the toughest conference in the state for wrestling.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's going to be a meat grinder.
Man, what's my favorite conference? There's like one conference I really like. It's like all the northern semi-states combined.
Oh, that's the one with Muncie in it. But yeah. I think that one broke up.
Did it? It had like Harrison in there, had Muncie in there. It was just like, dude,
it was. Yeah. I think it kind of broke up. Let me while I'm looking at the other ones.
I'm gonna get AJ Bradley on line one. I need to know.
You got the Northern Indiana Conference, New Prairie, Penn. Heard there's gonna be a mediator there.
Dude, I'm interested to see how that goes.
Elkhart, South Bend Schools. Then you get see anything else? Southern Indiana Conference will have Milan and Switzerland County.
DAC.
We at the DAC. That's a good conference.
Yeah, Crown Point's kind of ran away with that the last couple of years, but Crown Point, Maryville, Valpo, Chesterton, Michigan City, Lake Central.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday I'll be at I'll be on the mic twice this week. I'm going to do the Northwest Crossroads Conference at Lowell High School right across the street. I think it's duels though. It's like KV, Lowell, Munster, Hobart. They're Highland, and so they're all Hanover Central. So all of our softball conference.
Yeah.
I think that's like a solid team conference, honestly. Like they had a bunch of teams represented at Team State.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good conferences that have some solid teams, and should be some, and about half the conferences are this weekend, half will be next weekend. Obviously we have girls state finals. Brazo and I will be talking about that this coming. Where's the conference map? We'll be talking about that on Thursday. Yeah, so it's going to get kind of slow down a little bit. A lot of teams aren't going to either. They don't wrestle this weekend, or they don't wrestle. They have one of these next 2 weekends off, and kind of regular season 2 weeks left. So
yeah, it's gone kind of fast, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of crept up on us, and then all of a sudden it just hit with the state tournaments and everything. So yeah,
And then we'll be scrambling for sectional brackets and making some final rankings.
Yep.
And
Yes.
going
Yeah,
from there, man.
We're gonna wait for the sectional brackets to be released and then go through, all those things. There it is. Athletic conferences. Muncie Central. So in the North Central Conference, they said Anderson, Kokomo, Lafayette, Jeff, Marion, Muncie Central, and Richmond.
So there's a couple teams down, but still, like that's a pretty diverse conference.
Yeah, you're going from Muncie to Richmond to Lafayette. Everywhere in between. So yeah, that's always a good one. Let's see. So tonight, let's see if I can pull this up. We are going to rank. Let's see. What do I want to? I want to share my screen. Share screen. Fast food restaurants. And I'm going to make that bigger. So, fast food restaurants. That's where we are ranking. I don't know who went first last week. So I guess we'll preface this with places that you can get your food within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. My number one, I like it. Man, I feel like they jacked the prices up on me though. I feel like they used to be like reasonable. Now it's not as reasonable. I'm going Popeyes. I really like Popeyes spicy chicken, Cajun mashed potatoes, red beans and rice.
Yes, I like Popeyes, and man, we went. It was a little bit ago that we went there, and like Rocco and I did, because he likes Popeyes. He likes chicken on the bone, as he calls it. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's get Popeyes. We haven't had it for a while, and it was prices were really bad. The food was not as good as it had been previously. Yeah,
too high prices. See, man. She's like, oh, let's get Popeyes. Man, we ain't got no Popeyes money. Stop that.
So yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna have a couple of local kind of chainy type things, but I'm going. My first number one is gonna be Culver's.
Ooh, Culver's.
If you can get good ice cream, not like McDonald's ice cream, you're getting on my list. I actually had that on the way home from Team State. Saw Culver's there. I really don't like fast food too much, to be honest. But the burgers and fries. You saw my fry rankings so from last year. But yeah, I like Culver's. You could throw me in a concrete mixer, and I'm not gonna say no.
I like my number 4. I'm gonna go with Chick-fil-A. I like Chick-fil-A. I feel like sometimes Chick-fil-A gets a little played out. I don't like that Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays. I understand their reasoning to it, but man, sometimes I just want to get Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, bro.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A, yes. Is it Chick-fil-A? I never know. Chick-fil-A, yeah. Make sure I get it right. I did do blueberries wrong on the thing. Yes. Man. So, boy, I like another one. I'm gonna go pretty easy. Wendy's, get a good Frosty. Frosties aren't, I probably should have put Culver's over that. Yeah, Culver's is way better. I like Wendy's burgers and fries a little bit better. They have a little bit more. Yeah, Wendy's. They have good burgers. I like their fries. They have a little bit better. That biggie bag's pretty good. You get the nuggets, you get a burger, and then you get fries and a drink. Can't go wrong with that.
I feel like I used to like Wendy's fries back in the day. Not as much now. I used to like the original Wendy's fries.
Yeah.
But I do like Wendy's. Wendy's was on my list. I'm gonna pivot and go somewhere else. But I did like Wendy's. I worked at my aunt was like a GM at Wendy's one time. For a summer, I worked at Wendy's, and it was like one of the only times I never got tired of eating Wendy's. I tried to eat a biggie size Frosty one time. It's dang near impossible.
Yeah, Frosties are I can't have Frosties a whole lot, but I can definitely. I'm not gonna say no to them.
I'm gonna go with my number 3. This is a late night classic. It just hits different at nighttime. I'm going with White Castle.
Oh,
There's nothing better than a White Castle's in about 3:45 in the morning. Now your choices after that, not as great.
yes.
But OT's told me before that White Castle's fries are the right kind of soggy, if that makes you
Yeah. I do not like onions. I don't like smelling like onions. It's worse than the bar you're coming out of to go get the White
not as bad
Castle.
now that there's not as much smoking in the bars, right? Do they still
Yeah.
smoke in bars? I'm not really going there as much.
No, I don't. Well, there's in California. I heard there's a place.
Yeah, there is. Fricky's does
Yeah.
have a smoking section, which is the whole section.
Yes. Yes. So I guess I'll go with the same theme of this stuff tastes way better past 2 a.m. I don't know, they're chefs or whatever, or maybe the stuff that you have before that, but 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. best food in the world. And we had one right off campus in college. And
is it La Bamba's?
What?
La Bamba's?
No.
Oh.
Hardee's.
Man, I used to love a Hardee's back in the day too.
Hardee's, I think in my life I've probably eaten there way more from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. 10 times more than any other time of the day. So yes, Hardee's in college. After we went, after our Bible studies, and just hit differently.
Man, this is a tough list. I mean, this wasn't a like get prepped for this. This was a pre-show list.
Yeah.
So, man, there's definitely some I like. I don't know. Are we putting sandwich shops in there?
Yeah, those. I mean, like a Penn Station.
Like I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Jimmy John's. That's definitely fast food.
I'm on Jersey Mike's right now, man. I like Jersey Mike's.
Yep,
I love a good sandwich. I feel like in general, like that number 2 spot. Like I used to like Subway back in the day. That'd have been my if we were gonna do after weigh-in food. But now I'm on Jersey Mike's, man. And for a while I was on Firehouse. I like a Firehouse sub. Didn't you and I go to Firehouse?
Yeah, we went to Firehouse. I like Firehouse. I mean, my family doesn't really like the warm subs, so Firehouse is usually up here is kind of just in a weird place to get in and out of. So that makes it harder to go there. But yeah, I like a Firehouse. I'm gonna go Sonic.
Man.
That they just reopened one. I mean, they had to build it and everything in Auburn. There used to be a good one there. Sonic, oh good. We went there one of the first days they were open, real good, busy. You can get the ice cream, you can get so that's a good one. I like they're coming back to Fort Wayne. Bunch of it. We had a bunch for a while, and probably about 15 years ago they all closed down pretty much. I think they're all owned by the same person. There's some financial issues, and Long John Silver's. Ooh, is that your number one?
I do like Long John Silver's. It's not gonna be my number one, but I do like Long John Silver's. I still like it. I don't know who posted it because I don't have it in front of me.
That was Eric Spikes.
Oh, dude, I do love a Long John. Man, chicken and fish platter. I'm going. I like Raising Cane's. I think that there's a lot of people that don't like Raising Cane's. I do like Raising Cane's. We don't even have one around us, so maybe that's why. So when I'm like not in our area, we try to get Raising Cane's.
There's one in Fort Wayne.
I know, I've seen it.
Oh, I didn't know if you could have. Yeah, we can go there. Yeah,
I ate Famous Tacos when I got back. That's what it's called, Famous Tacos.
Yep, that's down the road from where you were.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there.
It was quick.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna go. This is a local one. It's called Salsa Grill. It's a Chipotle type restaurant, but I'll just say it's way better. I don't go to Chipotle
I almost went there. It was closed.
Oh, it's good. Let's just say when my wife went there the first time, she's like, smells like grandma's house, and that's enough of a vouch. You can get corn tortillas. You don't get those very often. Corn soft tacos. So yeah, so it's very good. They don't freeze their meat. Just really good. Big, the burritos, the bowls, fresh, everything. Local favorite, but
I'm sure I'm forgetting some. I'm sure TJ McMurray is going to let me know all about it too. My honorable mentions, and I'm actually going to go very specific.
Should I try to get him on here? Should I send him a link real quick?
He won't. So I didn't know if Wingstop was one. I really like Wingstop, but I'm not going to put it on there. Is Wingstop one? I like Wingstop.
Yeah, I'd consider it. I mean, you're not really eating in there.
Man, I'd probably knock off Raising Cane's for Wingstop, honestly.
Oh, okay, we can do that.
I mean, my honorable mention, obviously, I'm going with Long John Silver's classic. I like to get. I don't like their fries, but I like every now and again, man, a Whopper hits, and I don't even get Whoppers with cheese. I don't like Whoppers with cheese.
Yeah,
Whoppers no cheese.
Burger King.
Yep.
I cannot name the last time I've been to a Burger King.
Man, you gotta go, dude. You gotta get a burger for breakfast. Stop in there tomorrow about 7 a.m. and get you a Whopper right off the whatever they put it on. I like Arby's. I don't like Arby's. Like, man, people eat the Kimmy's beef and cheddars. I feel like it's like dry and like, dude, it's weird. I like Arby's, but I like with the just straight Arby's sauce.
Yeah.
And I feel like Taco Bell hits too, man. Every now and then you got to get Taco Bell. But I didn't put Taco Bell on my list because I'm in protest because they take all my favorite items off the list. But they did bring back the Mexican pizza. I almost lost a brother over Mexican pizza.
Do you want me to put that on your honorable mention, or is it on the honorable mention because it's
No, I like Taco Bell, but man, Tony really likes Taco Bell. One time he didn't have any money and he assumed I was paying for him, and he ordered a Mexican pizza, which is the most expensive thing on the menu.
Everything else is like 50 cents or less, and this
is back, like this is probably like 2001.
Yeah, so everything was like 50 cents or less.
And dude, I ended up telling him I didn't have the money for it, and he got mad, and I felt like we haven't got past that. There's several things that we've never got past, and that Mexican pizza was one of them.
Do we need an intervention? I think we might go get a 2-for-1 deal with the intervention.
That dude. When next time we'll do a list of people that carry his grudge, Tony Rise is number one on my list.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I definitely a Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna put a couple that you had on your list.
I had Culver's and Wendy's. They were like my 1-2, but if you went 4 or 5, they can't be my 1-2. But I know you don't have to put them on my honorable mention, but I like them.
Yeah, put them on there. I mean, I like a Chick-fil-A. I like a Jersey Mike's. Those definitely are ones that are on my honorable mention. I mean, Panera. I think it's kind of fasty. Panera. Just something different. I'm not like Mr. Health Nut or anything, but
I do like broccoli cheddar soup, man.
Yeah, I like a good soup. Sometimes a good chicken noodle soup, or I'm not a big broccoli cheddar, but at the same time, sometimes a good soup just like hits just right at the right time. And let's see, Dairy Queen definitely. We have Dairy Queens around here. We've been going. They have a couple good deals, and they have a little bit better. I like their burgers. We had one open up right across from where I worked. And
yeah, we got a flamethrower, the hot one.
Nah, I like to not have the flamethrower out.
Phil Conrad's right, bro. Lincoln's and Hobart does hit, and they're wrestling friendly. Lincoln's a good sandwich shop. I like to get a bunny girl from there.
I guess I'll put. I like a Raising Cane's. I'm very new here. I was very impressed. I went there. Okay. Trying to figure out what we're gonna have, and I look at the menu. I'm like, I guess we're having chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, man.
And hey, you're good at it.
6 or 8, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're good if you make it good, it's good. So I think that's a good. There's some others. I mean, I like a Jimmy John's, but it's really not like anything it's something that I'm gonna eat because I don't want a burger. I don't want something hot and it's
Yeah.
gonna like weigh me down. But nothing. I mean, Five Guys a little too greasy, got a little pricey on us. I'm looking at some of the
Riley
list.
Beddich, you TikTok star, man. Go follow my guy Riley Beddich in here.
Yes. So
Neither of us had McDonald's, huh?
no, I don't like McDonald's.
I would say McDonald's Coke though. Every now and again. That's always a hit.
I like McDonald's breakfast is that's where you go. So, well, I'm sure there will be some
there'll be
controversy on this,
without a doubt.
Oops.
But this is like the junior of the power pole.
Yes, yeah. We got to get some power poles out here.
I can't pay for it, man. Five Guys is way too expensive.
Yeah, they jack their prices up like
Dude,
really.
It's stupid expensive. And so there was one right by the mill. We'd always go there for lunch. So the company paid for it. And now I can't take myself to buy it out of my own pocket. It's just too much.
Yeah. They got really expensive. I like their fries. I like their burgers, but they're not like, it's not worth it. I have this list. I'm kind of just perusing. You have Crumble Cookie. Is that really a fast food restaurant?
I've never had a Crumble Cookie. Are they good?
Yeah, they're bad. Not bad. Didn't you have one at, what do we have at ISWA State?
Didn't someone bring it? Did someone bring it one?
I think it was, no, they had a Crumble Cookie. It was one of those cookie places. So I remember my daughter grabbed them.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, she brought them. Like, that's right.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to, Checkers Rallies.
Checkers Rallies, though, you got to like take your life into your hands and go get that.
Yeah. Yes.
City Barbecue fast enough?
Yeah. City Barbecue. I don't think I've had City Barbecue. We did have a little bit of taste testing of it. Have not had City Barbecue.
I used to like Chipotle, but then I worked with a guy that was like bodybuilding. He'd just go every day, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah. Well, Salsa Grill there's Salsa Grill and then there's Chipotle. And after you've had Salsa Grill, it's like Chipotle is like bottom of the barrel.
Well, I used to like to get a wreck from Potbellies. Those are fire.
Oh, Potbelly. Yeah, Potbellies. We got one here. I just every time we're like, hey, let's go to Potbellies. It's a Chicago favorite staple. And so then I'm always scared that it's going to be closed down because it's just in a weird location. There's this weird area like in Fort Wayne, right over by the mall, where it's hard to get into places if you're coming from a different direction. And I'm always scared that it's not going to be opened. And so far it's still open, but yeah, I like Potbellies. That's a good one. There's some other ones on there. I mean, Taco Bell, can't go wrong with Taco
I haven't
Bell.
had Dave's hot chicken. Is Dave's hot chicken good?
I don't think I've had it either.
Ooh,
We have Louisiana hot chicken here. Dave's hot chicken. Let me double check. Let's see. Dave's hot.
Portillo's is fast food. I used to really like Portillo's. One time I bit into a sandwich and had a thumbnail in it.
Yes.
So Portillo's has gone down on it. I do like Bona beef though. I'm a Bona beef person. So I watched you run over a curb one time.
Yeah, I like the Bona beef's good. And I'm gonna be in Chicago this weekend. I think we got last time. I think
we didn't even put King Roger's Roasters on there. Remember that one time it almost broke up Jerry and Kramer's whole relationship?
Yeah, yes. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, I do like Portillo's. Can't go wrong with it. I like the one around here. They don't have the Italian stuff. And in Chicago, when we got it a couple years ago at the Cubs convention, they had the pastas off. Their pasta is really good. So I definitely do like the Bona beef. Their beef seems a little bit better from when they've had it a few times.
Yeah, I mean they got him at the White Sox games. It's top shelf.
They don't have them at the Cubs games, and I will say this as a loyal Cubs fan. I love Wrigley. Their food at Wrigley sucks.
Oh, I know. Well, you got to fight rats to get it, bro.
Yeah,
we're keeping the money on the field,
Yeah, yes.
Now they are. Right now they are. That's not bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, good week of wrestling. Excited for coming out, what's coming up this weekend, and not gonna be. I mean, there's gonna be some great matches. Obviously, yeah. Good week.
Season's going fast, man.
Yeah. 2 weeks left of the regular season, and sectional. I mean, you're done ranking in 2 weeks. You got about 2 weeks left of rankings, and then we lock them down. As a reminder, I know I got some questions about it with girls. Girls we've done a little bit differently, mainly because they're a little bit more volatile, and it's always weird doing rankings after the state series because you see the brackets and you kind of can manipulate them and make them look better than. And it is what it is. If you want to do them that way, you want to do them that way. I don't care. It's not what we do. We've always locked our rankings right before sectional starts, and kids miss weight, kids get hurt, kids get skin funk. I mean, everything happens. Upsets happen, bad draws.
I told you on Saturday, I think about redrawing brackets based on rankings every week and to see how it would look.
Yeah.
And then just submitting them anonymous to the IHSA. Like I'm trying to block someone's eligibility.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that everyone that's ever turned in a file for like past link, man, that should actually be the rank. Cause I thought that was a great idea today. Like I give credit. This is not my idea. This was Joe's idea. Instead of like hitting the student with the pass link, they should be hitting the coach with the pass link. And I bet that pass link would go right real quick.
Yeah, it would, because the coaches are doing it. I mean, let's put it out there. I mean, we know the kid. I mean, if the coaches know that they're going to be dinged, for a year, they're not going to do it.
100%.
They're still going to get paid. They're still doing their jobs, and yeah, I think if you could, that's one of the things that I know we've been talking about. Some stuff like the IHSA is really, it's an interesting. They're kind of the police, but they're really not. It's a lot of if you look at the what we always call the police blotter, the reports, they're all self-reported. So, and it's all, I always laugh because it's like, oh, we self-reported that, a kid didn't have enough practices. The IHSA isn't that, whatever high school counting practices for their track team. Like, oh, Billy Bob, the 100-meter guy, he only had 8 practices and he needed 10. No, this is all self-reported stuff. So
I think it's so crazy too that like it's so spotty of how it's like. I think if it was just all the same, it'd be fine. But it's like so pick and choose of where they're gonna regulate.
Yeah. So it's a weird. It's how they. I mean, they obviously don't have the money to be the police.
No.
Be, checking to make sure that everyone that's participating in an event has their physicals. Or has their, I mean, and there's a ton, like the main things that are on that place blotter are kids participating without a physical, kids that they didn't file a transfer report before they participated, not enough practices, and it's all like ticky-tacky stuff. And it's stuff like, does the school really need to report it? I'm sure that half of those aren't reported. I mean, I'm not saying that that's people are doing shady things, but it's like, it's ticky tacky stuff that
the shady thing to me, and this is across I would debate anybody at any point on anything. This goes for everything. If you only are going to like go with your people all the time, right or wrong, whether you're a choice or not, that you're always going to side with the ADs all the time. If your AD is holding someone like, and you're going to be like, well, we side with them 100% of the time, then you're wrong. If you're not looking at it case by case and you're just siding with the school that's like blocking them, you're wrong.
Yeah.
If you say, I vote straight Republican, that's how I vote. Like, cool, you're wrong. Like, go vote for the person. Don't vote for the, whatever. If you're just saying, I always protect everyone in my job, even though if they're bad people, like, cool, then you're wrong. Like, I don't care. Like, you're wrong. Like, do your research. Like, if you look at something, you're like, hey, man, this is a bad situation for this kid. We shouldn't probably block them. And then, yeah. But if you're like, well, we always side with the ADs, and if the AD wants to block them, we have to side with them, then you're wrong.
Yeah, that's we went through with a kid one time that RAD wants to do things right, and I understand why. I mean, I don't have any fault with anything
Yeah.
like that. And it was just a kind of, it was not a normal case of their family moving, this and that. And so the sending school, this kid was from out of state, said, yeah, he's fine. It wasn't legal. There's, mark him eligible. He called the state. It wasn't living with the parent, living with the grandparent. A bunch of just little weird, nuances. And he called, RAD's like, I don't know how to mark this because there's not a check. I mean, it's usually there's like 3 check boxes. I saw the list and it's pretty easy. And there wasn't really a checkbox for it. So he called like the state and like, okay, what do I do here? They're like, well, mark him partially eligible, which means they can be in, wrestle JV. So he does that. So like he basically they said to do that. So then the family challenged it and they went to the court hearing thing. And those court hearings, you can read the articles. They are not. You just go there, and I know I was talking to the grandma, and she's like, he was pretty distraught after it. It was not a good experience. Just go find the articles. I don't need to rehash anything like that. And then like a couple weeks later, we get the verdict, and they overturned it. So RAD was, he didn't say it, but you could tell how livid he was. He's like, you guys told me to mark it this way. Now all of a sudden you make me look like a bad guy because you just overturned what you told me to do.
But like, why?
Which is like amazing. That doesn't happen very often.
I just don't understand like why it's a big deal. And I never did, and I probably never will. And I think it's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that you'll see, and we're talking wrestling. You'll see a kid wrestle for 2 schools in the same year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
3 schools in the same year. Oh, you went to school at 3 different schools, but you're still eligible. But this kid that like transferred before the school year started, now you're holding his eligibility because one time he saw a coach and they talked, and you turned in 100. And if you're turning in pictures of people for Pass Link, you're a scumbag too.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened to the Morans. Hey, you want to turn it in and say that he was talking to Leroy Vega at Fargo? You're a scumbag.
Yeah.
Like you're at home trying to like screw over kids. In my life, that makes you a scumbag. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, they're kids. They have 4 years of high school. If they want to leave, it's one of those things. Talking to some coaches about some other things, like if they don't want to be there, don't make them be there. I mean, if they don't want to be in the practice room, they don't want to be, they're just not having a good time, but they want to go, they think that life's going to be better somewhere else. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You know what? Let them go have their 4 years and good luck to them. Be an adult, and they're kids. They're kids. They're going to do dumb things. They're going to,
How much better of the wrestling community would be if like you just took 2 seconds, said, man, am I being a scumbag right now? And they're like, yeah, this is a scumbag move. I probably shouldn't do it. We'd probably be in a much better place.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd have a lot less craziness of drama and things like that. So yeah, I agree. I think we,
if you're yelling,
we try to regulate too many things. And if someone doesn't want to be there, you don't want to make them be there. And if they want to go wrestle, play baseball, football, whatever, somewhere else, you know what? They think, I'll say, I'm not shy. I mean, maybe I'd say even half the time, maybe that's not the best move for them. Maybe they're going to get worse there. Well, maybe they're not going to get as much playing time or whatever.
How about this? If you don't want to be at your school, he wants to go to wherever. How about the kid that's backing him up? Maybe worry about that kid.
Yeah.
And like his role. Oh, but you don't want that kid to play against you.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, because you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now
that's our school. That's the way our school operates. Okay, cool. Then you're an idiot.
Yeah. You're taking.
There's a lot of rules that got overchanged over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. And we look back at them and say like, yeah. You know what? Remember back when they used to do this? That was a pretty bad idea, wasn't it?
Right?
You don't look at those. You always look back at those rules like, yeah. No, you're right.
We used to like just burn asbestos, huh? And like cut it up, and people just breathe it in. We found out that wasn't good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So,
But that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I said, like, I think that if you start like taking the coaches out for a pass link, there'd be a lot less pass link transfers. My idea was that if you transfer from a school and you block that kid, you shouldn't be allowed to take a transfer in any sport in a year. And I guarantee less kids would be getting blocked.
Oh yeah.
Because the same schools that are blocking kids, the schools that block kids the most are the kids that take in the most transfers.
Yeah. Ironic,
Isn't
isn't it? It's just ironic. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. So, yeah. Anyway, good rant to end the day. We weren't even planning on a rant, but yeah. So
Gotta get a rant in.
yeah, we got to find rants. If you have any ideas for rants, we'll rant on anything.
No, don't say that.
No. So yeah.
Not this week.
Yeah, maybe the news cycle will cycle through the good stuff.
Crazy.
So yeah, great week of wrestling ahead. Good luck to everyone.
Shout out to all the girls that qualified for state. Congratulations.
Yep, I will be back Thursday. That'll be number 216. So we're getting closer to the 219 one. So we're gonna have a big show, and then we'll have the 260 one after that. Next year sometime. So maybe I don't know if we do 40 in a year. We do quite a few, but I mean, semi-state will get us. We'll do 4 in a semi.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So,
I'm about to see if we can. Maybe we'll just have to dial some people in. But
yeah, we'll have to start organizing that since we're getting real close to it. But with that, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. Oh, excuse me. We will see you next week.